What's up, Chuckle Fucks? Welcome to Under the Ring Podcast.
Damn.
Really? That's how we starting off today.
That's how we're starting. Yeah, that's how we're starting.
That's how we starting off today. All right.
I'm ready for my deal. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Under the Ring Podcast. I am your boy Black Snow, who is still the tag champion. I told you, she'll come out once I win the world belt, but I managed to do what I said what I was going to do by putting someone over, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, I am coming from the Florida of NYC, the BX, because there's some crazy shit going on out here.
They got roosters.
A goddamn rooster in front of my house. Ladies and gentlemen, I live in the hood. Okay, people get shot where I live, but there's a fucking rooster running around in my goddamn neighborhood.
And he's not Popeyes yet.
He's about to be, because I told you, some old dude on a bike picked him up and he scooped the rooster with one hand.
Oh.
So he's a pro. He's a pro. He ain't doing this, okay?
His neck has been wrung and he is getting plucked.
Coming to us from North Augusta, South Carolina, with the Gregory Helms picture. He is also a champion, the tag champion. He remained a champion. Give it up for our boy, Mongo, the producer. Great, give it up for him. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the few times you get to see some shit like this.
What's going on? It's me. It's the CHAMP. What is going on, fellas?
What's going on?
It's the champion, baby. It's the championship edition of the podcast because only the champs are here. Champions
edition. That's what I'm talking about. This podcast is fucking royalty. That's what this is.
And Mongo, you now know that wig is hot, isn't it?
It's hot as fuck. Yeah, it's hot as
right. Now you see why that shit only lasted a minute when I had it on last week. That shit is hot as fuck. Okay? I don't see how y'all women do it. Bravo. Because I see why y'all call them shits hats. Because it kept my head warmer than a motherfucker. Right, we got Mongo with his belt.
Yeah, this is me and Kenny holding it down while
coming in last but certainly not least, our boy who has once again regained gold.
Yes!
NWO guard, Maurice's baby daddy, Matty Miz, ladies and gentlemen. Matty Miz, the world champ.
Yeah!
Woo! Look at the Miz gear.
You can hate me now.
Look at the Miz gear.
I done dressed up, got on a Miz shirt, got my belt. I am glad to be the world champ again. It's taken so long to get this belt back, and it just had to happen on Sunday when I win. And of course, spoiler alert, the Miz is WWE champion again. So this should be a great show, and I don't have any predictions to do for a week at least.
Right. You get the hold. You all get to hold out belts for
exactly. We get to be champs.
We get to be champs, and we get to celebrate. You know, we get to sleep tight for at least 1 week, knowing we can hold on to these. Knowing we can hold on to them. But yeah, like Matt said, there's a lot of news going on. But before we get started and before we do anything, I just want to take this time out, not as Black Snow, but as actually Kenny, no championship belt. I want to give a big birthday shout out to my mom. Mom, Thank you for supporting me for the about to be 40 years of my life. Thank you for being always in my corner. Thank you for showing me what unconditional love is. Mom, you have always been my biggest fan. You have always been my biggest supporter, and there is no me without you. Like literally. I love you so much. Happy birthday, Ma. Many, many more. Mwah. You the speed limit now, girl. I ain't- you the speed limit in a lot of states now, girl. Get out there. Don't worry, Mom. We got something special for you for dinner this weekend. So I just wanted to let you know, Ma, I love you. Mwah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mama Kenny.
Happy birthday! She shares a birthday with
The GOAT.
the Nate.
She shares a birthday with, and the funny thing is, they got the same color hair right now too.
She's gonna whoop your ass next time she sees you.
You know what's the funny part? I made a picture with her head, the one I shared in the chat with her head on Rick's body, and she's the one that pointed that out. She was like, "Oh, we got the same hair."
Oh, damn.
And I was like, okay, I didn't want to say it, but since you do, okay, we can rock with it.
And as
Since you brought it up,
and as an added bonus,
very nice, very nice.
very nice, very nice.
I only got 2 men's t-shirts, and this was my favorite one. I do not wear it out in public because I do not like people calling me, "Hey, awesome." You don't know me.
Yeah, people will do that shit out of spite. We've had some pretty big news as far as wrestling this week. I guess the major news is we've had someone who has been a long time WWE employee jump ship. Well, it's the Big Show.
Paul White
is now a part of AEW. Yeah.
Caught me by surprise.
Yeah, so
everyone, that was you, as my man from Mr. D said, very sneaky. Very sneaky. That's what movie you did. Very sneaky. Nobody expected that.
I was not expecting that. When it was shared in the chat, I was like, oh, that's one of those joke memes. Like, he ain't actually go to. Then I went on Twitter. Oh, he actually went to AEW.
Yes, the fuck he did go to fucking AEW.
What?
Like, shit.
So what? He went there in 1999.
1999. He debuted at St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
So almost 22 years.
Yeah, almost 22.
With the WWE, and then he decided that he still has some gas left in the tank. And
honestly, I feel like they got their money's worth for a 20+ year deal. And for him to have been on the verge of almost like getting fired.
And here's the thing. It appears that his contract was coming to an end. And at the end of the last Legends episode of Raw, there was a lot of unhappiness on both sides on his role that he had that night. And that was kind of like the icing on the cake.
Damn.
Like they just kind of let his contract expire after that.
Well, that's is it weird that this feels like one of the bigger losses for the company? Like in the WWE, it doesn't really, like, he really wasn't making a big difference.
Yeah, in a wrestling standpoint, it doesn't matter.
But in AEW, to grab the Big Show and just we're gonna have him on TV and he's gonna be an announcer or a commentator and all this other shit, that's a big deal.
It is.
It's a huge
deal.
Is.
It really is. And the thing about it is, low key, that hurt WWE because that's an alumni. That's a WWE legend at this point.
It is, because he's way more known for what he did in WWF than what he ever did in WCW. Yeah, people remember that he was the Giant, but that's basically 30 years ago at this point.
Right.
Like,
they
he
know
hasn't
him
been the
for
Giant forever.
Right, like, let's be realistic. He got his movie and TV deals and show as the Big Show under the WWE moniker when he was with them.
He's a walking meme. He is his His entrance theme is literally a meme where everybody thought, man, I could have swore up and down it was Big Show in the booth, literally singing, "Well, it's the Big Show."
Actually, it's my boy, Michael P.S. motherfucking Hayes, baby.
Well, it's the Big
Hold on, is that
Show.
true? Michael Hayes sang that song?
Michael P.S. motherfucking Hayes is the one who sings it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it's a big bad show tonight.
All right. So then here's the question: which one's more of a banger, Bad Street USA or the Big Show song?
Ooh, Bad Street.
Bad Street. Yeah. Okay.
Bad Street.
Yeah, because Big Show's has been remixed. Is that
The remix sucks. The remix sucks.
Right, like Bad Street. Once you hear that, you know what's coming on. You got to kind of get the bop going.
You got to get the bop going, then you got to pull out some coke.
Like when you hear that. No, we ain't gonna touch that.
Hey,
we all heard it. I just want to make sure we all heard it.
Right. Like when you hear that song, you know somebody's gonna pull out a switchblade. There's gonna be some leather popping up somewhere, something like that. It's
a card game going on. Somebody's doing someone dirty, and you hear
right. There's a car on fire in the background somewhere. it's a whole RoboCop scene when that song comes on. Like
Michael Hayes is dancing with no shirt on for some odd reason,
with white boots,
doing his moonwalk.
Terry Gordy's laughing his ass off because someone tried to shoot him. Like,
right? Yeah, like
crazy fucking group.
God damn it, that must have been some wild ass times. I don't even want to say fun. I'll just leave it at wild.
Great.
Just leave it at wild. All right.
That's what shit Taker was talking about right there. That's
how you end up broke. Bad Street USA.
Right. That's exactly how your ass ends up broke.
Michael PSA's kept all his money in his fucking fanny pack, so he's good to go. That shit.
Who's gonna fuck with somebody with a fanny pack? Nobody.
Yeah.
Listen. All right. Other big news is the recruits reported this week.
It was a whole boatload of recruits.
No, it was a lot of recruits.
This is the largest his class of recruits in the history, they have said. The largest.
Yeah.
And it was, of course, headlined by the top signing, former Knockouts champion, Taya Valkyrie.
She's gonna get that money. She gonna get that money. That dirty money.
For those of you who don't know, Taya Valkyrie was on Impact. She is also the wife of Matty Miz's right-hand man, Morrison.
Yeah.
John Morrison. She is one of the older people who were signed to this training class. One of the youngest people signed to the training class. It shocked the shit out of me when I found this shit out. Greg, your boy, Baby Brock Parker.
Big Parker, like, baby.
How old is he? Like 2?
That motherfucker is 18.
Oh, he just became grown.
He is fucking huge. Like,
he just became grown. He's been grown.
He hasn't finished growing. He's 18.
Can you think about someone that fucking size isn't done getting tall?
He's gonna be. He's not gonna stop.
He hasn't gotten his grown man body.
Right. He's not gonna stop growing until for another 5-6 years.
You don't get your grown man body till you get close to 30. That's when you really start knowing what the fuck you're gonna look like for the rest of your life. You kind of shapes yourself. It kind of shapes you, okay? sorry, Greg.
Oh,
damn, I'm so. This is me forever. God damn it.
I mean, you can. I mean, they got shit where you can fix that.
Well, I mean, I can. Hold on.
You want some of mine? It's great, but you want some of mine?
All right, you can take some of mine. I need a haircut anyway.
Well, it didn't work over the head. So
we can contact Dr. Miami. He does amazing work.
Who did LeBron shit?
We're not going to him because
we're not speaking on that because
we ain't going to LeBron's person because that stuff didn't even work.
Listen, you know what? With LeBron, LeBron comes with a sacrifice. If he wants a championship, he has to sacrifice his hairline.
Right.
That's the thing.
LeBron can't. He ain't getting that hair fixed. He can't.
Does that count for prediction championships?
No.
Okay, so I can do it and be fine. I'm not winning a fucking belt in any promotion. So
LeBron can't get his stuff. he can't get his stuff permanently fixed until he is literally done playing. Because
Right.
when he got it fixed the first time, he went and
rubbed
played, and it rubbed off in the
looked
first
like
game of the season.
And it looked like
Yeah,
a Reese's Pieces wrapper.
He sweated right off.
But let's go back to
this list.
Right. We also have. Okay, you got
Rick
it up?
Steiner. Rick Steiner's son is in
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Bronson. Rick Steiner.
Right.
Rick Steiner.
Yeah, Rick Steiner.
Right.
Look,
Rick Steiner.
if a Steiner is in your locker room, shit's gonna get intense. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens there.
I'm scared.
This kid has been brought up on Crazy Math and Shoney's chicken fingers. This kid is the beast.
I'm scared of his uncle. Like, honestly, I mean, his dad is already low-key scary because if you want to go from being called the dog-faced gremlin to being on the Board of Education,
that is impressive.
That's a complete 180. I'm going to be scared of you.
6 foot tall, 230 pounds, and All-American running back. So,
oh God.
So, yeah. Well,
NFL, you fucked up.
So basically, he looks like Apollo, damn near. But
except he's meaner because he's a Steiner.
He's meaner. Yeah, he's a lot meaner. See, Kieran Magnum Forster, who is Taya Valkyrie, who can I just say this? So yesterday, you and Mike Kenny were doing the Wednesday night show, and you're asking who's going to beat EO, and I said Taya. Let's be real. She doesn't need to go to NXT.
If she goes to NXT, that better
she can
be
go
like,
right to Raw SmackDown.
That better be like a blink, and then like she's on Raw or SmackDown. It better be like Chelsea Green, and not even as long as Chelsea Green was in NXT.
Like
without the getting hurt.
Taya does not need to be on NXT. She is above NXT.
Or she better be like Zoe Stark and better have like 2 matches. Because Zoe Stark is in this class and she's been on TV 2 weeks in a row. Well, 2 out of 3 weeks already.
Right. She was on TV before they announced that her ass was in the training camp recruit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, this chick that's been kicking ass. Yeah, she's in the recruits."
Who is she? Okay. Who is she teaming with in the
was it Cora Jade? Is that her name?
Yeah. She teamed with Cora Jade, who
was also in this class.
Who's also in this class.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't sneaky. Y'all just put people on us. We be like, oh, who they? Oh, here they are.
Elena Black. She was formerly Elena Black.
Elena Black, yeah. Sean Ricker, who is LA Knight, who
lame ass Knight.
Justin and I are going to be the only ones to defend that motherfucker. He better fucking deliver when the time comes.
He better. I mean, NWA has literally lost everybody that's not Nick Aldis.
Listen,
real quick,
I have no decision on LA ass so far. So far, I've only seen one match that I was not impressed with, and I haven't heard a promo.
So speaking of NWA, since you brought it up, before we continue this little list here, NWA just lost another performer, but this person sadly passed away. This was Josephus, Joseph Hudson, also known as Question Mark.
Right.
If you didn't watch the NWA, I don't know how to exactly describe who Josephus was, or what Question Mark was really. He was kind of like their comedy guy, but he could also go really well.
Also, if you're not familiar,
Truth,
just a bit younger.
Also, if you're not familiar with him, you might be more familiar with him. He played Bruiser Brody in Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes,
he was
did.
The guy that played Bruiser Brody. So he did a real good job of doing that because he was really believable as Bruiser Brody.
Let's see. I'm gonna try to pull up.
The more I found out about that Bruiser Brody story, the more I hate the goddamn colognes.
I mean, you're not wrong. So that's him. That's him right there.
He has a good. He looks definitely has. I see why he was casted as.
Yeah. Once once Justin comes on, I'm going to want to talk about this because he watched NWA a bit more than I did, and we were both really big fans of that guy. And I think this. Do you remember? Do you guys remember? I think it was like an aneurysm. It was sudden.
Yeah.
If I remember, it's sad. It's tough, and all the former NWA wrestlers, current NWA wrestlers, have commented on it. Impact put out a little emotional tribute for him. I don't even think he was ever in Impact. I think it's just
it's just a show of respect.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's a hell of a loss for the wrestling community. Angela Arnold is back to the list. Angela Arnold is another person that's coming in. She's from Shimmer and Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. Let's see. Parker Boudreau, 6'4", 300 pounds, and still growing.
I was saying not done growing.
He was offensive lineman for the University of Central Florida.
6'4",
300 pounds.
Which
and he ain't done yet.
He's probably going to be 6'8".
The only reason he's not going into the NFL is because he's had injuries. That's the only reason. Because if he was fine, that motherfucker would be a star lineman.
He would be getting drafted this April.
18 years old.
Mm-hmm. And that ain't just like 300 pounds big. That's 300 pounds of pure muscle. That guy was like a
solid.
fucking brick wall.
He is solid and tatted up.
Yes, he is.
That makes him even more scary.
Goodness gracious.
I've talked about this guy before. If anybody watched the Evolve 10th anniversary special that aired on the network, I think in 2019, Arturo Ruas fought this guy in one of the matches. Anthony Henry, he's a local guy from me in Georgia, and Henry and Ruas beat the shit out of each other. They're both MMA guys.
I remember that match. Yeah,
that guy's good. That guy's very good. Y'all gonna love him. This is someone who's apparently like a very big.
Our segment of juicy gossip, y'all. This is our segment of juicy gossip.
I don't know who this is. Chance Barrow, better known as Harlem Bravado. I didn't ring a bell to me. Apparently worked for Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah. That's a pretty big deal.
The female who played Bobby Lashley's ex-wife on that segment with Raw when he was getting married to Lana.
Yep, Carissa Rivera.
She's son.
I want to call dibs on her, but someone already did. But
no, they didn't.
Oh, can I get dibs, sir?
Mm-hmm. Let me think about that. No. But
let's see. We also have formerly known as Blake Christian.
2 weeks
Christian
ago.
Hubble.
As of 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we was calling you Blake Christian on another show.
They snatched him the fuck up. Did they?
Bro, they snatched his ass after the pay-per-view. He didn't even take his gear off yet. And they was like, "You want to sign this piece of paper right here?" He was like, "Okay."
Oh shit!
They signed him backstage at Impact at the fucking pay-per-view.
We literally was like, "Oh, Blake Christian, he's cool." They're like, he was like, "Bet."
It literally was 2 days later. Because when we found out, I was like, wait, wasn't he just in Impact? And Justin went Saturday.
and like I said, that's what Impact gets, because they did that shit to Cody's ass. Who would you like to be in AEW? Oh, I like Chris Bay. Hey, Chris, you want to sign the Impact? Sure. Now look at y'all.
So it's as of this week, it's come full circle. First, it was Impact taking Bay away from AEW. Impact got a taste of their own medicine with Blake Christian, and AEW stole the big show from the WWE.
And WWE stole Taya Valkyrie from Impact.
Yep, and WWE also stole what's his name for NXT
Blake
UK.
Christian.
Ben
Carter.
Ben Carter. WWE's winning right now.
Right. They're
sorry, ROH. You guys need to fucking get on the board.
Wait. Wait. We can say ROH stole EC3.
If you want to count it.
Yeah.
No, never mind.
Because WWE didn't even want EC3. They fired him.
EC3 didn't want EC3 when he was in WWE.
You could say they were stolen from Impact, maybe. Probably not.
Right.
Moose beat him out of Impact.
Man, we're gonna talk about Moose this week too, because God,
Moose,
damn, Impact has some good shit.
Must be TV.
So all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's their largest class and their largest women's class.
14.
Like 12, 13.
18.
Woo!
18 people here, and a lot of women. Yeah,
it's like about a good 7 to 9. Or
1, 2. Yeah.
So the women's revolution is still going.
Yeah, 8 of the 18.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid.
Women's revolution is still going. So,
and
that tag division, ramp it up.
Hey, look. Here's the thing. If WWE, if you just don't care about those tag titles, just put them on NXT, because clearly NXT did more for that tag division in one tournament than you have in the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm. NXT is the only part of WWE that can actually sustain and keep those tag titles relevant. Because the main roster does not have they have the women to do it. They don't have the time to do it. They just don't bother doing it.
Actually, I don't think they have the women to do it. I don't think they have enough women on the main roster where they can have successful tag champions. I don't think they have enough, especially if you go by just the women that you see.
Yeah, right. Let's. I'm gonna go to the rosters real quick, because I think
they do. It just comes down to.
I don't think they do.
Hold on.
They do.
So
execution.
Let's talk about the Raw roster. So I'm just gonna name these. So Alexa Bliss, not gonna be holding tag titles right now. Asuka, maybe again. Becky Lynch, no. Charlotte Flair, let's be honest, not gonna happen again. Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, maybe. Lana, maybe.
Naomi, maybe.
Mickey James. They don't even fucking use Mickey James. Nia Jackson and Shayna have them.
She's a champ.
Yeah, Nikki, maybe. Peyton Royce, Reckoning, Rhea Ripley. I mean, like a lot of those.
This is
just Raw. That's Raw, and a lot of those names
are more women on it than I thought.
Well, that's because you only see like 5 a week, and it's the same fucking 5 every week. And then SmackDown is a lot less. Bailey, Bianca Belair, Billie Kay,
maybe
Carmella,
no,
Chelsea Green. Chelsea's out hurt. Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott, maybe. Natalia,
maybe.
Sasha,
is always a maybe.
Yeah. Sonya Deville is currently not wrestling, and Tamina. So it's like you look at NXT's women's roster, and it's first off, it's deeper than both the Raw women or Raw and SmackDown women's roster.
Right.
Almost combined. Like it's close. Which is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of strange that I guess the developmental show has more.
Why is the developmental show more deep than the show that is like your go-to show? But they actually
I still don't think they have enough. I still don't think they have enough women. They don't have enough quality.
Main roster?
Yeah.
I agree. They don't.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Like NXT, like one of their bigger women stars, whether you like her or not, Tegan Knox is out with a torn ACL. They're still overflowing with talent in that division.
I have a question. Neither promotion has a legit tag team, right? As far as the women.
What, Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah. Raw and SmackDown. Neither one has.
Yeah, they broke up their only. They have the Riot Squad.
They have the Riot Squad. Riot Squad, and that's about it. Because
they had the Iconics, and then they murdered them for no reason.
They murdered them just to put Peyton Royce with another tag team partner.
Who's now pregnant.
The champions aren't really a tag team. They fucking hate each other.
Right.
Shania or wherever you want to
Shania, yeah.
Shania, they are literally the 2-man power trip. That's literally what they are. They're just not women's champions.
Can we? The one thing that I haven't seen, we've started to see the resurgence of pure men's tag teams. Same thing needs to go on for the women.
Main roster can't do it.
They refuse.
Main roster can't do it.
I feel like they could do it. They refuse to do it because
I think you're right. I think it's the whole thing of refusing.
If you had told me, back in like August, that Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon were going to be a tag team and it was going to make sense,
I would have laughed at you.
I would have laughed in your fucking face. That's a legit tag team.
But here's the thing: if you'd have told me that when I first seen what Shotzi looked like. And knowing what Ember, if you'd have told me, oh, Ember's going to be teaming with Shotzi, I honestly could have seen that. Because of Ember's weird ass lichen look. So it kind of went.
I don't know. I felt like that.
The bad part with all of this is, like I said, they refuse to do anything with that division because if you think about it, everything sounded good. Verbally, everything sounded good mentally, but when they actually had to plan it out, actually had to like put pen to paper, nothing made sense. Yeah, we kept saying Sasha and Bayley kept saying, "Oh, we want women's tag titles," but women's tag titles were defunct. They said, "Oh, bring them back. We got enough women." Now they brought them back, but it's like now I see why they got rid of these titles because
it's a bunch of singles. I don't want to. I'm tired of. The women's division needs to honestly focus on getting legit tag teams.
Like, I literally see why they got rid of these titles, why they were gone for so long, because there is no legitimate women's tag team. When we had legitimate women's tag teams, we didn't have women's tag team titles.
Real quick, I'm just going to point this out. Not counting the new recruits, there are 21 women in the NXT's roster.
Good Lord. There's probably not even 21 on the main roster.
Raw has 16 and SmackDown has 11.
Wow.
So if you add...
You said 16 and 11. 16 and 11.
Versus 21. And if you add the recruits, NXT has more women than Raw and SmackDown does combined.
16 and 11.
To 29, basically.
Good.
27 to 29.
Main roster. There's stuff they could do. They could get some teams going. And you can always throw in some little BS tag teams like Kenny's favorite tag team that he loves to hate, like the Sea Stars. They can always just randomly pop up.
No, they can't.
As a jobber tag team. No, because if they showed up if they're showing up in WWE, they are super losing.
No. They better not.
Super duper losing.
They better not. They better not show up again on my television ever.
I mean, we can get some of these.
They better not show up on my television.
I have never seen you have that mojo hate for anybody that I have. They ended up being the fucking. No, let's be real here. Kenny's hate for the Sea Stars is a lot deeper than it is for Rey Mysterio. Like,
that is. I don't like them.
Hates them.
I don't like them at all. No. That is a no-go.
So
and what I told y'all in the chat, I still need proof that that's what I said. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I still believe what I said. And there's nothing
at this point, it's just it's main roster's refusal to build up that division. They're just basically like, well, you said you wanted women's tag titles, so here you go.
Here you go. I mean, to be fair, the only title on main roster that actually gets any play is the SmackDown title. The Raw Women's title even is fucking pointless.
It's stuck on long reigns. It was on Becky forever.
It's not even just that.
Asuka forever for minus that little Sasha period.
At least Bayley, she was defending it all the time and she was like doing shit. Asuka sometimes just doesn't show up on TV.
Yeah.
And she doesn't defend it for like 3 months. Like it's It's ridiculous.
And then she says nobody's ready for her. I'm like, they ain't built nobody to be ready for you.
You're never ready. You're never at the fucking arena.
Actually, somebody was ready for her ass this week. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us late,
Justin
Otis, Luchasaurus, but it's all right because I know why you were late, and I don't want no smoke from that person. It's quite all right. I don't want no smoke. Justin, of course, Justin is muted, so that's one of the great things. There we go.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, what's up, bud? Man, fuck you.
Hi, Justin.
Fuck you, kidding?
How you gonna play music during Justin? Let him talk.
That's his song.
Oh,
Mongo, where's your stuff at, Mongo? You got something to show?
my ham.
Got my Otis shirt on tonight. Decided to rock.
That's all you got.
Yeah, fuck you too, Mongo. Yeah, Renee stopped by. Wanted to have dinner with me, so I wasn't gonna cut that visit short. So
never.
Didn't you be hurt?
Yeah,
told you,
Mama don't play.
Told you I want no smoke. I want no smoke.
Mama don't play. I'm not trying to catch these hands.
But going back to what you like, I think we legit need. Is there any two teams? Is there any women that can be legit tag teams
on the main roster?
Yeah.
And Justin, we just talked about how Raw and SmackDown combined have 27 women on their rosters, 16 on Raw, 11 on SmackDown. NXT with the recruits they just got, 29.
Whoa, that's so many. Well, I mean, compared to the two big shows, I mean, I guess I hadn't realized how thin they were on the main roster.
It just shows you how bad that they just don't even put some women on TV. They're just like,
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, of those 16 and of those 11, how many do we actually see on TV?
Well, that's the thing is I think we see the same 5 or 6 every week, and every now and then others will show up.
Well, like we rarely see Dana. Like we'll see her for like 4 weeks, and then she disappears for like 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that could be the fact that I think Dana's always getting surgery on some shit too.
Yeah, because she don't even look the same. Like she
right, she don't even look the same Dana that came in.
She look weird.
She is
weird.
Now see why Batista's running. But
this man.
I'm trying to think who could actually team up that I would believe is a legit team. That are the women.
Honestly, I mean we have Dana and Mandy as a team,
right?
Which is not
honestly,
great.
It's not. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason that team isn't great is because it's two people who aren't really that good in the ring.
There's 2 people that suck.
No, here's the thing. Mandy doesn't necessarily suck. I feel like Mandy has a lot more potential.
Mandy's match with Sonya at SummerSlam was great. Like, Mandy's had good matches.
It's Dana.
Mandy has a lot.
That team down.
Right, it's Dana, and I hate to say it, like Dana, your best role, honestly, was when you was with Titus Worldwide.
Right.
We start shitting on Dana Brooke, and Mike pops up.
I don't give a fuck. Boom. Guess what?
Who the fuck is David Brooke?
I said Dana.
So, I'm mad. Fuck Dana too. I'm mad. Fuck all y'all. Okay, but guess what?
What did I do?
I've come to a revolution. Well, not you, Otis.
Look at the top. The champs are at the top. The
hold
three champs are at the top.
Hold on. Here's the thing.
Hold on. Let's do this right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got mine right. There we go.
Nope.
There we go.
Upside down.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
How's it feel?
And I got my mid shirt on.
You know,
I'm so damn
cute.
awesome.
Okay, this is cute because for 2 months, I was in control of this shit.
You kept tying.
don't matter. It don't fucking matter. It did not
Cut a
matter.
promo on him, Mike.
I said it last week as champ, and I'll say it again this week as former champ. In order to be the champ, you have to beat the champ. It don't matter how many fucking ties I had.
Mongo, you know what to do. People power. People power.
That beat me. Fuck people power. And you want to know what, Mongo?
I was gonna get him real quick. You can say it.
People power. Shout out to John Laurinaitis.
I got the comments section. And you want to know something, Mongo? You want to know something? Who? Matt is the leader of what organization?
New world order.
And if I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If NWO wins, that means I win too.
I mean, hey, if that's
you don't have
that,
nobody on this podcast who you can say that for, huh?
Yeah, I don't because I do shit by myself. I don't have to worry about that.
Same
By
here.
yourself. So guess what?
Same here.
Lose to somebody, I'd rather lose to somebody in the
It's cool.
NWO.
It's cool.
That
Clearly,
Welcome to my world, Greg.
for life.
hey, clearly, Justin and I are the ones that can handle loss and have to go to that kind of excuse to be okay with losing a belt.
There's no excuse. It's called Raw.
It sounds like an excuse.
It's not my fault that Team Raw and SmackDown is filled with imbeciles. Yeah, I called it imbeciles. Fuck Team Raw, fuck Team SmackDown. It's all about NWO. Matty Bischoff, The Miz is the champ. He's the champ. He is the leader of NWO. And when NWO wins, we all win. So take that, motherfucker. Mute my mic again. I won't have a
All right. Anyway. All right. Anyway.
If anybody didn't know, I'm the champ.
All right. So. Which one of you is it? Which one of you is it?
It ain't
Who's
me.
eating shit?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's Kenny.
I saved all my little time for this to play. You can hate me now.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, the largest recruit in class that they've had ever. Pretty great recruitment class. We'll see what happens with that. It's there's a lot of shit we can get out of that.
I can't wait to see a few months down the line when we start seeing them start to be sprinkled in. Besides Zoe Stark, I can't wait to see how they have.
Zoe Stark put on a hell of a fucking match.
That was a great ass match.
That was a fucking great ass fucking match.
I can't wait to see how they sprinkle Valkyrie in. I can't wait to see how they bring her in.
I can't wait to see they do it LA Knight. Anyway,
besides him cutting promos in his lame ass car because he's lame ass Knight.
We are not going to talk about it just because we don't really watch it regularly. But NXT UK happened today, and we have new tag team champions.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
That dude,
Gallus lost the tag team titles.
Who is the dude with the flow, with the hair?
They both have
Blondie.
No, Blondie.
Blondie got moves. I don't know which one. Blondie got moves, bro.
Oh, you're talking about Lewis Howley.
That hair, I was like, yo, who is dude with the hair? He got some locks.
It's Lewis Howley and Sam Stoker.
That man, he gonna be donating that hair.
Yeah.
He had to out here wearing Remy.
Pretty deadly.
Oh, pretty deadly
are the tag team champions.
They're definitely pretty deadly.
But
did y'all watch the match?
I watched pieces of it because I was actually working. So I watched a couple of pieces of it. I watched like maybe the first couple of sequences. Then I got into work. Then I watched like a couple of sequences in the middle that were kind of good. And then I watched a couple of sequences, but I guess was the end because when I looked up, they were walking up the ramp with the belt.
That neck breaker.
That's that one
double
that
team neck breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. It was pretty deadly.
Soon as as soon as they lost, I was like, "Well, I wonder if y'all gonna pop up in NXT." Since like half of NXT UK is like migrated over to NXT.
Right.
I guess Gallus might.
Yeah,
fucking go
Gallus
there.
can
You
come
got
over.
Storm, Grizzly Young Vets,
Gallus.
What does Gallus have left to do over there?
Imperium is already over here.
Joe Coffey, I guess, could win the world, the UK championship, maybe. But here's the thing: it's not going to go to Joe Coffey. It's going to go to Davey Boy Smith Jr.,
Who just was signed.
Yep, looks like he may be going to NXT UK.
And that's going to be a
huge.
hard fucking fight between him and Walter.
When is the last time they had a takeover?
Like
what, UK? They do one every 6 months.
Okay.
Like the last fight I saw with Davey Boy Smith was him and Fatu.
That was a good ass match.
That was a
He's gotten really better since he left WWE. Yeah. He was good in WWE. I just hated that. I didn't think it was anything wrong with him.
I didn't realize
he's bland. That's all it was.
I didn't realize. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I think it was his pairing with, if I'm not mistaken, Lance Archer in New Japan.
Yeah, it was. What were they called? The something kill.
Yeah,
that squad.
They was something.
Oh yeah, I hated that name.
But them being paired together is when I started noticing Davey Boy Smith again. I was like, "Yo, this motherfucker is beating people up."
Oh, the Killer Elite Squad.
Yeah, I'm like, "Yo, this motherfucker is beating people up, like beating their ass."
I like that he was able to branch out. That he could actually break out as a singles guy. Because, I mean, even though I liked him in WWE, they would have never gave him that singles push. They would have kept him in Hart Dynasty, or he would have been in a tag team with Cesaro, because that's what they do with everyone.
Well, all he needed
up in
was
the tag team with Cesaro.
That little edge, and he got it working with Lance Archer. It took him a while, but he got it. And I guess that's the guy you give the belt to off Walter. I don't know who else it would be, really.
A gun?
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be Dragunov, then he lost and he's not back in the title scene yet.
If Davey Boy can't beat him, then ain't nobody gonna beat him.
Which is crazy. I watched that match last week. Oh my!
Well, the Dragunov match, Jesus Christ!
Oh my God,
dude, that chop in the back of the fucking head, in the neck, I would have shot you. Match over.
At this point,
match the fuck over. Cut tape. Cut.
If can't nobody,
what is wrong with you doing that, bro? Like yo, let's go outside.
If Davey Boy don't beat that dude, then he needs to just relinquish that shit like Oscar and just move on. Right. Just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just move. Like, just show up either on main roster or
he can't show up on NXT because
he don't like America.
He can't show up on NXT because honestly, relinquishing the NXT UK title and then going for the NXT title, it's a lateral movement.
Right.
Yeah. He'd have to go right to Maine, I think.
He has.
I don't like. People want the Finn Walter match, but like,
I want Walter Drew.
Now.
I want
Walter Drew is what I want
right now.
I want Walter Drew, Walter Sheamus, Walter Cesaro, Walter Braun,
Walter Lashley,
Walter Finn gonna die.
I just want to see Hoss matches.
Lashley has completely changed my entire perception of him in like 4 months.
He's great. He's great. Like, fucking fantastic.
He is fun. Like what he did last week with the Braun match. Now did you guys get the feeling Braun was supposed to kick out?
I don't know anymore with Braun. I feel like Braun
at the end of that match when
Braun has regressed a little bit.
So like when you're watching the end of that match, he hits was it a spear?
Yeah.
He hits the spear, goes to cover him. When the ref counts 1, 2, and the ref's coming down for 3, he hits 3. Braun goes up.
Like Greg said, Braun has regressed tremendously.
I just wonder if that was the real ending of that match.
Yeah,
I think it was, and I think Braun was just trying to make himself look as good as he could.
He's probably going to say something on Monday saying, "Oh, I kicked out."
That was what we call a Hulk Hogan move, where Hogan would be down for a pin, but he's gonna throw his hand up right at the last second, and like you pinned him, but you didn't really beat him. I don't know. It sucks because like Braun used to be the best thing going in wrestling.
The problem is, I'll tell you exactly what happened with Braun. They let him speak too much.
Yeah.
They gave him too much of a personality.
They gave him a weird personality. Like he's like a high school bully. That's his personality. It's like you're gonna give me what I want, dude. I'm gonna beat you up, dude.
Because that's literally how he came off on Monday. Well, I should have got that match. Shane is like, I said it's for former WWE champions.
And like you said, you were a Universal champion, dum-dum.
Well, I think that rule sucks.
Like,
right.
No, it sucks.
You're fucking stupid.
Like,
also,
like a dumb bully right now.
But also, like, I would have rather had Braun in that match than Jeff Hardy. So, like,
Oh,
if they'd opened it up,
absolutely.
if they should have probably opened it up and let Universal. But I know that they were trying to set up something for afterwards, and honestly, it was just to feed him to Lashley and make Lashley look even stronger.
And even then, he really could have thought
it did. It worked out well. It worked out perfect.
You know what?
I was gonna say, at this point, Braun is basically there. I hate to say it, Braun is there for comic relief in my eye and putting other people over.
He is.
Braun right now is their abyss.
Or even worse, or he's the new. Well, it's the Big Show. He's the
True, that too, because he keeps turning heel and face over and over again. I don't even know what the fuck he is anymore.
He's the big slow.
He's the
big slow.
He's the new.
Do you guys remember when he ran across that fucking limo and we were like, God damn! Like he was.
Yeah, because Miz remembered that when he was talking to him.
It's like
Speaking of Miz,
I'm awesome.
Miz is fucking awesome because during that whole time of Shane talking, Miz didn't say one word, but his face said every fucking thing. He was like, dude, really?
Yeah.
Really? You putting me in this shit? Really? It's going to go from a one to a triple? Really?
You saw me go in the chat like, I don't like being Miz no more.
Do you know what we call that, Kenny? We call that acting.
Acting. He is in actor.
Too bad he only uses it in the Marine.
We shit on WWE for
classic movies. Classic movies.
Yes, they are classic movies. I make that's all I make are classic movies.
Let's be honest. Let's all be real here. Who here watches the Marine movies?
I've only seen the first one. And the one that had Randy Orton in it. Wasn't there one with Randy Orton in it?
No, was it Marine? No.
He was
like
Randy's in the second one. He's in the second one.
Okay, those are the only two I've seen.
Look, if you like dumb fucking action movies, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
I watched the Chaperone, so
it's not perfect.
Pay me for that.
You watched the shit with Triple H?
Yes.
Matt. Kenny too. Boys.
And all of us have seen See No Evil. All of us have seen See No Evil.
Well, first, See No Evil was a classic. Let's not act like that. It's not a great horror movie.
But in my defense, Greg, I used to work in overnight shift at a 24-hour mental facility, so I would need to do something to keep me awake. So I literally watched an entire Blockbuster store once.
All right. Here's one that I watched that I know none of you motherfuckers watched. I watched Big Show's movie, Knucklehead.
Ew.
Kenny.
Did you watch?
I've seen the entire season of the Big Show on Netflix.
Well, it ain't gonna be no other season. It's gonna be the Paul White Show.
Paul White Show. Well, it's the what? Well, hold on. Okay.
Oh.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Was it Miz and Jingle All the Way too, or was that something else?
Jingle All the Way. Is there Jingle All the Way too?
Was that called Jingle All the Way too?
Miz is in something called Santa's Helper.
Okay, that with him and Paige.
For those of you that are watching, we apologize for for getting in this weird ass tangent. Yeah, it was him and Paige. Paige was an evil elf.
For none of the things that I've seen.
Jingle all the way to.
Was it Jingle All the Way to, or was it just some other bullshit ass title? Did I
Jingle all the way to? He was in the first. He was in the first one.
Listen,
There is a second one with Larry the Cable Guy.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
I have watched Suburban Commando at least 57 times.
I've only seen that movie
life.
once.
Is that the one with fucking Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, that's the only
Yes.
That's and Undertaker. Undertaker is in that movie.
Undertaker and Undertaker says, "I'm gonna get you, Ramsey," to fucking Hulk Hogan.
That's literally the only reason I know about the movie because Hulk Hogan, Doc Brown, and Undertaker in the movie.
Mike, you can shake your fucking head all you want to. Wrestling movies are entertaining as shit.
I have seen No Holds Barred at least 155 times.
I've only seen that movie twice.
Are you kidding me?
Mike, you've never seen No Holds Barred?
Oh my God!
I'm about to say,
Justin,
You've
I
never
thought you
seen
were
it,
like,
Justin?
Justin,
you never.
Dude,
never watched movies.
look, I understand that, but you need to watch No Holds Barred.
You got to
Just-
watch No Holds Barred.
That would be one of the best movies you've ever seen.
When the
Not
network
because
first
it's great.
started, they
It
had
is
it on the
horseshit.
network. Literally used to have that on the network. They were like, we don't have anything to put on the network besides wrestling, so just throw this movie on here. Throw No Holds Barred.
Back
No Holds Barred
when-
is. I saw No Holds when No Holds Barred came out. I saw it 5 times in the movie theater.
Yeah, Kenny is our resident young person, so
I
he
saw that
it in
shit.
the movie theaters.
I saw that shit in the movie theater. I
I'm more
hoodwinked.
surprised they had movie theaters.
I'm sorry.
I mean, he wasn't there when Abraham Lincoln
Thank you.
got shot. Damn.
Thank
damn,
you.
he's gone.
Yeah, he had to go.
You had to go.
Thank
You
you.
had to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
But
not like Kenny was there when Abraham Lincoln got shot.
Damn.
all right. But I saw the first time I saw it, I hoodwinked my dad to take me. Second time I saw it, I hoodwinked my mom. Third time I saw it, I hoodwinked both of them together.
Damn.
Fourth time I saw it was a trip from my school. The fifth time I saw it was a trip with my daycare.
God damn, really?
Man, Kenny
Damn
was
right.
hustling for the movie.
What? You think not? And each time I went, I got the popcorn number 3 snack. It was the large popcorn with the 1 hot dog and the goddamn soda. Boom.
Kenny sounds like me in the Power Rangers movie. The first.
I saw that shit 5 times in the movie theater.
I ain't even
Each time act like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
All right. Let's get back on topic.
What we were talking about before we went to this tangent, we all shit on WWE's booking, right? Lashley has been booked perfect.
Yeah.
For the last couple months.
From honestly, from the second they put him with MVP,
Yeah.
to now,
Yes.
it's been amazing.
Like that show, Elimination Chamber, when the Miz cashed in, all that stuff, right? That was the perfect for the last 2 weeks has been booked perfectly to lead up to it. I routinely shit on them for bad booking, but they booked that perfectly, and it was telegraphed, but it wasn't telegraphed in that I thought we were getting a cash in because I mentioned it last week. That's why we picked it, but a lot of that was because I'm on Team SmackDown and I was ready for him to cash in.
But
the
we
way
kind
they
of
set it up-
knew. But we kind of knew that there was going to be a successful cash in because there have been
Gave him the case back.
and that plus there have been 2 or 3 unsuccessful cash ins in a row.
I think it was more that they gave him the case. Giving him the case back meant they had to
Baron, Braun. There's a third one.
Brock just cashed in.
Brock cashed in.
Brock was successful, but it was bullshit.
Yeah, he
And then
destroyed
Otis-
Kofi.
Otis
they had
Mosley.
They had like 2 or 3. They had like 2 or 3 in a row where they had unsuccessful cash ins. So they had no choice, honestly, but to make this one successful. They had absolutely no choice.
The storytelling, the showing Miz talking to MVP. For a second, I thought MVP was buying the case
So what it was Corbin lost, Strowman lost by DQ in the chamber. Brock won a match he wasn't even supposed to be in.
Right.
And then Otis lost his case.
Yeah, they had to.
Who was the one before Corbin?
Dean Ambrose. Before Corbin, they had 3 successful cash-ins in a row.
Okay.
Oh, I remember the Dean Ambrose one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Like
that one.
they've recently gone into the whole like we can fuck up the case now. Like it's not as crazy as it used to be. Before that, the first loser was Damian Sandow. He was the 14th guy to win it. And then Cena.
Cena fucked over like 8 people's cases, didn't he?
He did. He does that shit a lot. Cena was the 11th guy, and he
cashed in. He won, but he didn't win the title.
He won by DQ. Won by DQ. they count that as a failed cash in.
It's like you won, but you lost. Are you a champ? No. Oh, sucks to suck.
This was probably one of my favorite booked ones that they've done. Just the way they had Lashley and MVP and all that involved. And then, I mean, it made Lashley look strong. He comes out the next night. We get it set up for Miz Lashley. We shit on them so much. It's good to see them do something really well. And so I just want to say that.
He deserves it after that bullshit he had to go through with being Lana's boy toy, basically.
They combined 2 of my favorite cash-ins for Miz. First one is that Edge was the first to cash in after Chamber,
right?
And beat Cena. Secondly, Edge got his ass whooped by Batista and was left nearly broken in half.
Oh, I hated that cash in so fucking much.
Walked in and just got
fucking punked.
They did both of them in the same night.
I hated that cash in so fucking much.
I thought it was great.
As soon as I heard Punk's music, I was like, "Get up, Edge! Come on, get up, Craig, get up!"
That was great storytelling too, though, because Edge is the ultimate opportunist, and to have that be the guy that he cashed in on,
yeah.
I mean,
2 people I don't give 2 fucks about.
We get it. You're an old man. Let's cut to let's cut to the results with the Chamber. So there were some problems with this group before the pay-per-view because for predictions we had thought I had thought that we had laid out every possibility, but I forgot the most important one, which is they will replace the person that is not in the match anymore. So there was a triple threat: Keith Lee versus Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle. Keith wasn't in the match, so we had a backup: Riddle versus Lashley.
We're just gonna say Keith Lee is dead at this point.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? What they did was they had a fatal 4-way to determine who would replace Keith Lee. So, oopsie daisies. But you know what? Fuck it. Still got this.
And I still have this. Well, I got
fuck you too, Manga.
So it's John Morrison versus Elias versus Mustafa Ali versus Ricochet. This is a fatal 4-way. This is a no DQ match, and Retribution barely gets involved in the match. Who fucking knows anymore?
Actually, not a bad match, by the way.
Because they're breaking up. That's why.
Yeah,
Which they
especially if you go by what happened. What happened on Monday? Yeah,
they're breaking up. But like, if you're gonna do that match, and it's gonna be no DQ, and he's gonna have 4 motherfuckers out there with him.
Why isn't Retribution just beating all their asses and getting their
everyone up all day, every day? Listen,
why did they turn that into a one-on-one match?
Those ain't your boys.
They could have turned it into a one-on-one match between him and anybody because they could have held the other 2 dudes down.
Right.
I mean,
Morrison won with I think it was a Starship Pain.
That could have been dick kicks.
Pretty solid match. For me, what stood out was the Ricochet part.
Ricochet
was out here just like destroying people, like legitimately beating the shit out of people. I mean,
dude, there was a point where Elias was sitting on his ass on the mat, and Ricochet super kicked him, and I'm pretty sure he put his boot through his skull.
He was hitting him. I'm telling you, he was very, very angry. I don't know if he was upset about things didn't go well in DC for him or what, but or the recent just his recent bad booking, but he was very angry.
Justin.
He was mad because his girl went to DC, and then she called him a you know what.
And then she gave him some Rona.
Right. She coughed on him without a mask on. He's like, ew. That's why Keith isn't here tonight. Why are you coughing on me?
I
Should have stayed my ass in Paducah.
Can't believe he actually said it.
The Paducah Playboy, baby.
Jesus Christ. Next up was the first match of the night. It was the Smackdown Chamber, which was probably the best match of the night.
It better have been the Smackdown Chamber.
This is a great match.
I was this close with my Uso pick.
You were right close there.
I was this close with my Uso pick, and the one motherfucker no one thought was winning won.
Right. I was like, we all said Cesaro, Uso, DB.
Kevin Owens. No? Okay.
DB was like, yeah, I'm winning. You thought I was going to win the Rumble? Yeah. Guess what? I think we
had like 4 of us that picked DB initially, and then we all started coming up with scenarios as to why he wouldn't win.
Because Jeremy's bitch ass fucked us over.
It's just
made it stink too much.
See, that's what I usually do to y'all. He took my place and did it for me.
So he did that, and then Kenny came up with the Uso thing, and all of it just all made sense. And so I didn't know what to do anymore.
But my Uso one was close, and it made the most sense.
It did make
the most sense. Yeah, because I picked Cesaro, and he was like the first person eliminated. I was like, well, I lost.
That surprised me was the way they eliminated some of those folks.
Corbin he got tapped out to a sharpshooter by Cesaro, which really shocked
is so
me.
booty now. Like,
what's the thing? Like the sharpshooter back in the day was like a deadly finisher. Now
it's not even a finisher.
Yeah, thanks to The Rock. The Rock is the one who killed the sharpshooter.
He definitely did. Well, can we say it's a dead finisher? Natty still uses it.
Yeah, but Natty doesn't have anything else.
I mean, but hers is it makes sense. Family life.
I'm sorry.
She ain't got nothing else.
100% fact.
All right, we're just gonna act like Natalia isn't just a fucking heart fusion. What the fuck,
dude? Right. Someone call 911 and check on Natty because she just got shot out of nowhere with that one.
Oh, Natty ain't got nothing else.
Look.
She did. DED. She did.
I'm not taking it back.
Tyson, you are a widower. You are now a widower.
We're gonna talk about somebody. No, we're gonna talk about somebody who was dead later on because somebody did it yesterday.
Yeah,
somebody did it yesterday.
That man super dead it.
By Lil Uzi.
that man got killed by Travis Scott.
God.
Straight up.
Sami Zayn in this match is fucking incredible.
But when isn't he?
I know, but like
he died for nothing.
Holding that
storytelling too.
Cesaro coming in behind him, like the whole like him getting next to KO and being like, "Come on, it's us. It's always been us, just like old times." And the second he said "just like old times," a little cog in Kevin Owens' brain clicked, and he was like,
killing you.
Oh yeah, I beat your ass all the time.
Right.
Boom.
He's such a great storyteller. I felt like there was a lot to him in that match that like we knew he wasn't going to win, but he added so much to that match.
Yeah,
I think
Sammy's awesome.
I think Sammy can make the mid-card belt on SmackDown his.
Yeah,
we had it for a little while, right?
If he did, and he
goes to Raw. If he goes to Raw, he can be Universal Champion.
Really? You think he can be Universal Champion? Okay.
I think he can be Universal Champion.
I'd like to see him go back to NXT and be the
NXT
champion.
Universal Champion on Raw. On SmackDown, no.
All right.
There are too many powerhouses and.
Hold on. Raw has Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about powerhouses as far as star brand. as far as people who are over him as names of companies. Like, honestly, you're not Roman,
Seth.
Big E, Seth. Like,
he could beat DB. He could beat DB for it.
Yeah.
All
But
I know is
Raw has AJ, Braun, Drew,
Lashley.
Keith. Well, I was gonna say Keith Lee, but
He's
dead.
dead.
He's dead.
To be honest, Sheamus is fucking helping carry Raw.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Miz is good, but I mean he could beat Miz, but
He could beat Miz.
He can be. I think he can have more of a chance of being Universal Champion.
You mean WWE champion?
No, I mean WWE. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So let's go with the order real quick. The order for Smackdown Eliminations: King Corbin first, then Sammy, then
Fiend's on
Kevin,
Raw.
then Cesaro, then Jey Uso. So Brian wins. Great match. Really great chamber.
I love the whole ending because Roman basically said, "I do not get paid by the hour."
Yep,
Get
he went down
shit
there.
over with.
This shit over
now.
with.
Let me tell you. When he went for that spear and Brian locked in that fucking yes,
I got nervous.
Oh,
I got nervous for a second. I was like, son of a bitch. No, they aren't. No, I was in the NWO chat like, that's like, chill. I'm like, no.
I'm like, oh, Roman's murdering this man. He's
And then he
murdering
just-
vegan man.
one hand breaks the hold and then just knocks his ass out, and that's it.
Dude, before a hot second, I was in that NWO chat nervous. I was nervous than a hooker in church on first Sunday.
It was very reminiscent though of how Paul Heyman ran Brock for all those years, where they'd come out, they'd wrestle first. You know, he would say, you know, Brock doesn't get paid by the hour. They'd wrestle first, they'd be done in 12 minutes, and then he's leaving. You'd see footage of him leaving the arena. That's what I feel like we're getting, but Roman's obviously better than Brock.
Oh yes.
When does the heel turn? When does Heyman turn on Roman? And with who?
Brock.
Brock's the only
It
one,
has to
right?
be Brock. I don't see him. I don't see him siding with Edge.
I think Heyman turns on Roman. I think Roman turns on Heyman.
He thinks he's gotten too big for Heyman.
Roman thinks he doesn't need Heyman.
And then he comes back with Brock.
Heyman either comes back with Brock or Heyman starts working with Big E. Or Cesaro. But Heyman will come back.
Apollo.
Oh no. But Heyman's gonna come back. Heyman's gonna come back for revenge.
That was me saying Apollo was the wrestling version of go orange, go banana, go orange, go apple, go banana. Apollo was the banana.
Pause.
Take the night.
You just, as soon as I said Apollo, he's like, no.
No.
Pause.
Yeah, I think that's how it happens.
Watch Apollo wins like the Universal Championship in like August. Be like, he's like, I heard your banana joke. I'm like, oh.
He just start wearing fucking banana tights just to fuck with us.
You gonna come out the peanut butter jelly time?
I'll be like, oh.
Fucking theme song.
I'll be like, oh, he heard Mongo.
Mongo, I didn't make the fucking joke.
You said no. I brought his name up in support. You said no. No.
I don't know what's got into me now. I apologize to everybody. You know what? Riddle beat Bobby Lashley and John Morrison.
I love that match. That was a great match.
That was a good match too, man. That was a good ass match too.
Good booking again.
I didn't think Riddle was even going to win. We knew Morrison wasn't going to win. I thought Lashley was going to retain until Riddle snatched that crutch and broke it off.
And it's funny because MVP's legit hurt, right?
Right.
Like his leg buckled. He's legitimately got to have that crutch.
MVP's sitting there like, come
MVP's
on,
sitting
man.
there like, come on, dog. Really, dog.
I literally need that to walk, man.
Like,
I literally need that to walk, bro.
MVP dropped all selling and was just like,
bro. Bro.
I needed that.
Like,
Maybe
like-
not fuck my guy over with my own crutch
Like,
that I need to walk.
Like, it's like the ref probably told Riddle, like, hey, they want you to take the crutch from Lashley. For real, bro? Yeah.
Right, I
And
got
he
it.
just-
I got it.
And
I
he
got
just,
it.
he just walks up on MVP like, I'm sorry, bro.
Now, as soon as Riddle took the crush, MVP went, oh.
Aw.
No.
Aw. I can't walk now.
Riddle grabbed it and said, I'm not your bro. Oh.
I got your crutch. Aw.
It's just business, bro. Aw.
I've been considering having like little fucking like reaction sounds for this thing, and one of them is going to be Riddle going, "Oh."
Like that has to be. That was like the greatest. The best part about it was the double take that MVP did when he said that shit. He was like, "What? Did you just all?"
Because I was just sitting there like, damn. I was like, MVP really needs that to walk.
And that match
How he gonna get up?
Again, that it was booked so perfect because that gave you the ability to move Lashley from that title to the big title, and that's something Kenny and Mike talked about last night on their watch of AEW and NXT. Was that when you have that mid card title, you should be next in line to go after the big title.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're almost the unofficial number 2 contender, I guess, because there's always gonna be a number 1 contender.
Right.
But you should always be slated basically to be one step away from getting the big title after your run with the mid card title. And I agree. And like that was the perfect way to get Lashley from mid card title to WWE title. Like,
and then on top
in
of that,
one night.
And then on top of that, besides that, they made it look good because they didn't let Riddle take the pin. I mean, Lashley take the pin.
Right, that's what saved him.
It took a crutch to get him out of the ring long enough, not long enough to knock him out, but long enough just to get Riddle Riddle 3 seconds.
Right, it gave him 3 seconds. It gave Lashley to be dead for 3 seconds.
And
That is so important.
And that is normally one of their biggest problems.
Mhm.
Keeping someone from still looking strong in a loss. Like they always have someone look weak. NXT does a great job of keeping someone strong.
That's why. That match, I was so happy when after that match ended. I said, I'm more happy that Keith Lee was not in this match, because if Keith Lee was in that match and he wasn't winning, I would have been like, fantasy aside, I would have been low key pissed, because it's like, okay, so he's in this match to take the pin.
And Morrison doesn't hurt Morrison at all.
Yeah, no. Morrison is cool. Like, I see people on wrestling Twitter. Honestly, I mean, I understand the fact, because everywhere else that John Morrison has been at, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Impact, everything else he's been.
Johnny Mundo!
Yeah, Johnny Mundo. He's been a world champion. He's been
I forgot for a second he was called Johnny Mundo. I was like, Johnny Lucha? Johnny
Wrestling?
Johnny Wrestling.
People are pissed that he's not getting treated the way that he should be treated. This is like,
Johnny Mundo is also knocking on the door of 50 soon. That's what they need to remember too.
He's getting a WWE check, so he is happy.
He understands that they built new stars. They built new stars. They have their stars now. I can be a vet, still make a bag, and still get help, and still be on TV every week.
And I'm gonna bring my wife into this. And I'm gonna bring my wife in.
And his wife is there.
Right.
What more can he ask for?
AKA the Dolph plan.
My man went on Survivor. He was a stud on Survivor. And
did you watch that for your podcast? Watch that season?
I've been begging Jeremy to watch that for the podcast. But he doesn't want to pay for CBS All Access to get that season.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
CBS be wilding, yo. Like everybody.
How much is CBS All Access?
Like, but the thing about it,
like $10 a month.
But still, think about it. Every other channel you can get with your network, as long as it's your cable provider. As long as you have a provider, you can get that channel. CBS
Right.
like, no.
Well, see, but All Access gives you every season of Survivor, all the other shows they have. Like, you get to watch all the seasons. It's actually pretty deep, and you get to watch any of their live stuff from CBS Sports, CBS. I don't want to get into the whole thing, but CBS All Access is not bad.
CBS Access, sponsor us.
Hey,
CBS All Access.
Hey, CBS. Y'all cool and all, but hey, Peacock. Y'all already got a deal.
We should go on Peacock. They should broadcast us on Peacock
Premium, baby.
We would get kicked off Peacock one Kenny joke later. We take 30 seconds.
Right.
Kenny say
all
something
I gotta do is just make my Owen Hart joke and we're kicked off.
That's what I was gonna say. Kenny make his Owen Hart joke.
All I gotta do is make my Owen Hart joke and we're gone.
Let's not do it. We're getting a little too close to the Owen Hart thing this week already. I love Owen Hart.
No,
we're not. Nope. Not even nope. Edge. No, because he will still do that. And we're gonna do a full stop right here. We're just gonna stop.
What about Edge?
Nope. We're just gonna stop.
Oh, were you here for that?
No, Justin, no. We'll talk about it later. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right here. And we're just gonna go to the next match because we're gonna get fucking kicked off. I don't want to do that.
What I said.
You did. We're gonna say it again. Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler defeated Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for the titles.
That was a great. Honestly, the Elimination Chamber was a good show in general.
It was a good show. It was a good show. That particular match, it wasn't a bathroom break, but it wasn't
great.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great.
It was a good match.
I didn't need Reginald's interference. I didn't need Reginald in that match.
They did not build to Bianca Sasha like they should have.
Yeah.
They ended up, in my opinion, highlighting Reginald more than that. Like, it should have come down to Bianca and Sasha getting into an argument, right? Not Sasha saying no to Reginald. That's just dumb.
And honestly,
but that's WWE for you.
To go back, because WWE did it perfectly with Roman and Edge. You have Roman come out there, he beat DB's ass real quick. And as soon as Roman was sitting up there thinking he was done and everything, Edge speared him, out of nowhere. And said, I'm coming after you at WrestleMania. We didn't get that at this point we know Bianca and Sasha are gonna be fighting. It just hasn't been said yet. Like, get it over with so we can build towards WrestleMania. What were we waiting for? Fastlane?
Yeah.
I can't stand Mike. I'm just sitting here laughing at Mike for no reason.
Fucking Edge.
On this day, I
y'all are about to make Kenny make that joke again, so I would just stop talking about Edge.
No, we're gonna mute him real quick in case it didn't happen. You can go and say it now, Kenny. No one's gonna hear you. No, okay, all right.
Fuck him.
Yeah, it was perfect time. So yeah, Drew won the chamber, beating AJ, Jeff, Kofi, Randy, Sheamus.
This is where it all goes downhill for NWA.
I'm gonna be honest. That particular chamber was
okay.
It was okay, but it wasn't good.
Well, the thing is, like, they had Jeff Hardy in this match. He didn't need to be there.
Don't be talking about that crackhead.
I'm gonna be honest.
What the fuck is wrong with us tonight?
Y'all better put some respect on that crackhead's name. The champ says put some respect on that crackhead's name.
Nobody, absolutely nobody. To Jeff Hardy. Don't you be doing
fucking Reggie.
Y'all gonna put some respect on that crackhead's name. That man gets respect out of me because every time he comes out, I put the same gif up of him dying. And that pyro. Every
Like I said.
That shit never gets old though. That's a great gift.
I'll be like, yo, it's Jeff Hardy. Let's get lit. Oh!
Right. And I watch Owen die.
So
There it is.
Damn it.
That Jeff Hardy gift never gets old. Just like that Owen Hart joke.
When you think the FBI don't know what you look like with and without a wig, you put on wigs on many other occasions. They know what you look like with them.
FBI know what he looked like regardless.
You are looking like a broke version of Cactus
Michael
Jack.
Hayes.
You look like Cactus Jack and Kevin James had a baby.
Cactus James. The king of cactus.
the king of cactus. Then Drew got his ass beat by Bobby.
No, he got beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. He got beat the
I
fuck up.
thought Mongo was about to say, yeah. See, I thought Mongo was about to say he got his ass beat by Miz. Like, no, the fuck he didn't. Miz just
He
picked
got-
up pieces.
He got beat the fuck up by Lashley. All right.
Miz hit the DDT and it got a 2 count. I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
That's what I got happy.
They did the same shit with Miz when they cashed in on Randy. He hit the fucking DDT on Randy. Randy kicked out. They're like, oh fuck, he's gonna lose. And then
Skull crushing finale. Let me get this shit over with for real. I ain't playing with y'all no more. And then 1, 2, 3, we got Matty Miz as champ again, and
I was on there celebrating my predictions championship, and then Miz won. And I was like, no.
It ain't gonna last long, just like Matt's reign isn't gonna last long.
No, we don't know. Mine, I am gonna be.
hey, we get a free week. We get a free no fucking predictions this week.
I don't know about them, but I ain't losing.
I've had to go through a fucking gauntlet the past month.
Yeah, and you kept fucking tying like a pussy.
Hey,
I'm about to go into the
That's
easiest
cool.
pay-per-view.
he called you macaroni and cheese.
I'm not worried about Beauty Chris Farley over there.
And now I
Chris
get.
Farley.
See, I don't have to worry about the AEW pay-per-views. It's the WWE ones I have to worry about. It's the Impact ones I have to worry about. AEW is pretty cool. They're pretty predictable.
I don't know, man. That ladder match.
He's gonna be a bitch, especially with a surprise entrant.
It's going to be Jesus. That's who it's going to be. The surprise entrant will be God.
Disguised as Owen Hart.
If I told you I knew who it was, would y'all want to know?
Yeah.
Yes. I know who it's going to be. It's going to be Chris Benoit.
He's gonna really kill it in the ring.
Damn right. Choking everybody out.
Kidding.
Murder, she wrote.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Under the Ring podcast.
This is a killer show.
Please stop.
Good God, we are the fucking worst tonight. That is horrible.
Murder, she wrote.
See what happens when I become champ?
Super slow.
Oh, God.
All right. Anyway, so the chamber was cool. We'll talk about some other shit. God damn it.
Miz won the championship. He became the only 2-time Grand Slam champion. Shout out to Mike, the Miz, Mizanin. People doubted you. They thought you was a joke. JBL bullied you. All that good stuff. And you became the only 2-time Grand Slam champion.
let me ask this then: is the Miz
Get that Hall of Fame ring ready.
Hall of Fame wise, Miz first ballot, and is Miz the headliner?
Yes.
Miz is a headliner.
Yes.
I will say yes.
That's the
he is
A-lister.
going to headline the class of
34.
2028. I'm gonna say 2028.
He's gonna retire in 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now he's
You're
going
right.
to 2034. I'm telling you.
I like 34. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Someone keep track of this shit.
15 years. Another 15 years.
How old is Miz? Is 40. Miz is 40.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
That's why I said 2028.
2000.
Hold on. In a point where motherfuckers are being signed at the age of 40 for the WWE, they could go another 10 years.
But I am pretty. I have Marie.
And
I
he's
have
the
children,
safest.
and
He's
I
the
am
safest.
a reality TV star.
He's the safest wrestler in wrestling.
And he
I'm
could
not-
be a manager. He could be
Yeah.
Motherfucker don't get hurt.
I
That
was gonna say,
motherfucker.
he could transition into so many roles with them
2034.
because
2034.
he's so good on the mic. Like he could be a manager, like Mike said, or he could be a GM. I mean, there's a lot of roles that Miz can fill, even if he just wants to be done in the ring. And
That
with
motherfucker should just teach
the reality show, I mean, might as well just stick around.
That's what I was going to say.
Teach a
He is
promo
Mr.
class.
USA. He is Mr. USA.
He is
He really
going
is.
to be. You know what is going to happen with Miz? It might be longer than 2028 before he is inducted, because this is what's going to probably end up happening with Miz. He is going to replace William Regal as the commissioner of NXT.
I don't like that.
I don't want it. I don't mind him
Miz
being
running
in,
NXT.
Nah, I don't mind him being in. I would
get
like
it.
him being in NXT as a competitor, not a authoritative.
I understand the joke and the nuance of Miz running the wrestling show. I think that's like, I get it, but no.
I think he's better suited to run Raw on USA.
I mean, we had JBL as NXT commissioner.
JBL could wrestle. JBL was an old school wrestler. It was fine. It counts.
Yeah, JBL was a punch you in the face wrestler
punch you in the
several
dick.
times.
Marty Jannetty with a brick.
JBL will put
he's-
you in the nipple and tell you to stop crying.
All right, so Raw, Miz had
Greg, just let that one go. I appreciate that, buddy.
yeah. Bobby Lashley demanded a title match. Miz said he had to think about it.
Nipple.
Bobby gave him an hour to figure out what he wanted to do. Either he gives him a title shot or he goes to the hospital, one or the other.
I'm hoping for the hospital. I'm hoping for the hospital route.
I did not want to see Miz get his ass beat. So I was like, just get the man what he wants. Just get the man what he wants. Miz, just give him what he wants.
Braun came in and
Made it
he got
worse.
his ass. He got his ass whooped for the Miz.
Right.
Lashley launched that motherfucker up.
It didn't help
then-
because I still got my ass beat regardless.
Yeah.
That's because Miz is a dumb motherfucker. He didn't plan for that shit.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
There's gonna be fuckery next week, though. Like we can already guarantee that, right?
Oh yes.
So do we think it's going to be Drew and Lashley at Mania or Drew, Lashley, and Miz?
I think Miz is going against Bad Bunny. So
For the WWE Championship? Okay.
no. I think that Miz is going to be way out of that picture by then.
Probably. But I think he loses the belt at Fastlane.
I do too.
Yeah. He loses.
I don't think he loses it next week.
Bad Bunny about to be the first ever 24/7 WWE champion.
Jeremy's going to have a fucking stroke. Both of them. Both of them have a stroke.
Man. I mean, as much as Miz says he's not going to be a transitional champion, he's going to be a transitional champion.
Yeah.
Man,
He's
he's a 2-time WWE champion. Fuck them all. The man did it.
Right, because
as
much as people said, "Oh, Miz is going to win again," I was the number one Miz fan saying, "No, he's not. It's not going to happen."
And I was fine with him never winning it again. I was fine with that.
I was definitely fine with him. It never happened again.
I was suffice with having Miz go down as probably one of the greatest intercontinental champions ever. I was suffice with that, and now he added another championship. You know what? Bravo!
And again, the first person to ever be a 2-time Grand Slam champion. No one. He is the first to do that.
He carried the mid card.
Not Bret Hart.
All right.
Not Edge.
How high up are you guys putting him as an intercontinental champion? Like top 5, top 3,
top
Miz is the greatest.
He's the greatest
champion ever.
Top 1.
They are going to make sure that he breaks Chris Jericho's record. I've been saying that they're gonna make sure he's the GOAT. Especially with Chris Jericho being so fuckery filled now.
He's gonna be the greatest mid-card champion ever.
You know what? Part of me and my favoritism and me being old, I want to say that the greatest intercontinental champion is Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah.
I want to say that, but no, I'm going to say it. Macho Man.
That's fair. That's a fair.
I'll take Macho Man.
Here's the argument for Miz and why I think you put him at 1. I feel like he carried that entire show for like a year with that belt. He made that belt the most important belt in the entire company over the big belts. And that is just such a huge accomplishment when you think about a mid-card belt being the most sought-after belt because Miz held it.
Right.
I'm going to make the argument that Macho Man did the same thing, and Macho Man was the first person to embody the argument of the Intercontinental Championship being his. The way he treated that belt better than Miss Elizabeth. He treated Macho Man with that belt was like Gollum with the ring.
I think that's your top 2. That's your top 2.
That was his precious. So that's the only reason why I want to put Macho Man over. And with Macho Man treating it that way, he kind of brought notoriety back to that belt. At a time when it was all about Hulk Hogan. That Intercontinental belt was thought about because of Macho Man.
I think I also appreciate Miz just because we were going through that time with Brock. When Brock had the title and wasn't doing anything.
I mean, Miz.
So can we say 1A, 1B because it's mimic. It's literally it's mimicking. It's mimicking each other because Brock is Hogan and Miz is Macho Man.
That's it. It's 1-2 or 1A, 1B. It's those two, and then it's everybody else.
Yeah, because Jericho just has a whole bunch of title reigns. He really didn't have a memorable Intercontinental title reign to me.
That's the thing is that the Miz has had a memorable run with it.
That run where it was him and Dolph, and it was Dolph putting his career on the line, and he ended up winning. That was a great feud. The whole point, people forget. I mean, I don't forget, but Cody is the whole reason. Is the one that brought back the classic design. But Miz is the one that we kind of just think about when we think about that classic design being brought back. Because all we saw was
Cody had
that
one
belt.
Cody had one memorable feud with that belt, and it was with Rey Mysterio.
Right.
Do you remember who he lost that belt to?
Big Show, because
Big Show.
I am watching that WrestleMania, and I was like, "Ew, Big Show is Intercontinental Champion."
So
it's funny. It's funny.
you have like former world champ, like The Rock is a former, like he was a big champion there, but I wouldn't put The Rock as IC champion over the Miz.
Never.
I wouldn't even put Stone Cold over it. I mean, Stone Cold is memorable. Stone Cold sacrifices neck for it.
I wouldn't even put the Ultimate Warrior over it. And Ultimate Warrior is the person that introduced different colors.
Right. He put the yellow on it.
Like Mr. Perfect had some good time with it, but also it's just the Miz and Macho Man made that belt matter more than anybody else.
Right.
They had
a lot of other guys. It was a prop
story with that belt.
They had a love for it.
In fact, they had a love story with it. They were in love with that belt.
It was not a prop to them. It
was their world title. They didn't care about the actual world title. That was their world title.
Like Macho Man used to legit walk. Macho Man used to legit walk around with that belt, like everywhere he went, like real life. It was like he took that belt. He legit treated that shit like Matt said, like it was his world title, and that's the same thing Miz did.
Yep.
Who would you think would be the greatest U.S. champion, but only within WWE?
Oh shit! Only in WWE
because
actually yes. I think it's John Cena. It is Cena. Cena did the same shit to the U.S. Championship twice.
Don't say it.
I wanna say John Cena. Yes, the only other person who I would give a good
Cena.
The only other person who I would okay. John.
There you go.
There we go. All right. The only other person who I would say could possibly go for that, I would say would be Kevin Owens, maybe.
The thing about Kevin Owens is I don't think his reigns have been memorable.
I would say
not like Cena with the open challenge, man.
I would say the second greatest is a tie between Eddie Guerrero and he who shall not be named.
Crispin.
Yes.
He actually had a great feud with Booker over that belt. Before Booker left TNA.
Right. Black Snow, baby.
Black Snow. Oh, you know who we forgot about? Of course, I can't believe we didn't think about this. Dean Ambrose with his incredible run.
No,
it
was not. No, don't you dare! Don't dare!
The greatest U.S. champion of all time.
Dean Ambrose is the worst champion of wrestling history.
Dean Ambrose is the worst U.S. champ ever.
No, period. He's the worst champion. Period. In history of wrestling. Ever. Every belt that he has becomes a snooze fest.
No, I'm just gonna say
he is great. And I told Kenny and Mike this last night on their show, which everybody should go check out every Wednesday or Tuesday.
Damn right.
Sorry, I'm gonna plug it. And so anyway, I told them last night that for me, I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck.
He's better at chasing the belt.
Chasing the belt. That's what it was.
Well, he
is a much better chaser than he
super sucked as U.S. champion because that was when they didn't really know what they wanted the Shield to even be, and he just happened to be that. He was just the first. He was the first member to win a title, and they were like, "Oh, you're a U.S. champ." Okay.
He was the de facto leader at that time.
Yeah, he sucked as leader.
TB had a good U.S. reign, right?
He had a long ass U.S. reign.
He did.
And
Miz started that out, right?
Yeah. Who did he beat for it? The fucking Miz.
And he didn't do anything with it. He literally just walked around with it.
Yeah, that's the thing is he had a great win with it and a great story beating the Miz with it. Not much happened afterwards.
It was just him walking around. And then
he lost it to Sheamus.
And then
here's the
Seth
thing,
and
like
Roman
I said,
won the tag titles, and they were awesome.
Name about that Dean has held that you have had interest in while he has had it. Please, I'll wait.
Wasn't he IC champ? Wait, they're all Grand Slam champs. Yeah.
I did like his WWE Championship reign because it was short, it was
a good run.
He beat
it
the
told
Shield.
a great story.
He fought Ziggler. He lost to AJ Styles. I think it's a good few competitors. He didn't hold it too long.
He put Team SmackDown. He put for fantasy. He put SmackDown on his back because that's when they brought back the brand split.
MVP was a good U.S. champ.
MVP was a great. You're right. MVP was a great U.S. champion.
He made that belt matter for like 6 months, a year, something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
And his greatest match is at WrestleMania 23 with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
That he had a good run. DB had the good win, but I don't know that any of them compare to Cena.
Cena is probably the greatest WWE U.S. champion. One, he had the U.S. Open Challenge. Two, he had the customized belt. I don't know why people hate on that belt. I like that belt.
Because that belt sucks.
No, it doesn't.
That was when he was Dr. Thugonomics, right?
That belt was awesome. Hey, that belt didn't stick around, unlike the WWE title.
Yo, people sleep. Yo, Dr. Thugonomics was my dude, bro.
Hold on.
It's trademarked the truth.
No one sleeps on the Doctor of Thugonomics. Everyone agrees that was the best Cena.
Word life.
But
I'm telling y'all.
Who had the reaction like me and Kenny when he came back at WrestleMania? We was about to shed tears when that man came out wearing that Yankees jersey.
We was like, yo, the Doctor is back!
I remember going to a WWE live show. I think I told you all this already. My sister got his CD.
Yeah.
He sold that CD.
And remember what my mom told when I asked my mom, can I get the John Cena CD? No, I'm not buying you that white man CD. Damn. Damn, Mom.
That might have been my sister's first introduction to rap music was John Cena.
It's a great introduction.
Well,
Bad Man bops.
Yo, Bad Man is still on rotation on one of my playlists. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bad Man is some good shit. I don't care what anybody says.
The video? The 18?
My ass was Andre Iguodala and my mom was LeBron. No.
And I also like Just Another Day in the Life. I thought that was also good.
I like Chain Gang is the click.
Is it
That's
Right
my
Now?
song.
Was the other one? I think there was a song called like Right Now or something.
Yeah, it's like his
Right
fucking
Now.
flop beat thing. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister was big into that. I remember we wore that particular song out.
All I know
it's like
is
the most ridiculous song.
all I know is Chain Gang is the click. Trademark the truth. Spitting basic thugonomics. I'm verified like Apache helicopters. It does.
The way Bad Man comes on. Oh yeah.
I love that video.
Bro, with the all yeah comes on. We with this shit. We with it. We with it.
I don't care what anybody says. Bad Man, it's just good. That's just good.
When I hear that old John Cena thing,
I don't care.
When I think
it's
when
good.
you hear that old John Cena thing, you get hyped.
You like, no way this was John Cena.
This is basic thugonomics.
Like, no way this was Cena out here ripping it like this. No way. Yes, the fuck way. Yes, the fuck way.
Like I remember
that was the best Cena.
Like I remember telling somebody, man, when John Cena first debuted, he was corny as hell. Like he was garbage. And then he started rapping, and all of a sudden, he just became like the greatest thing under the sun because we were like, "Yo, this white guy is rapping."
He was out there freestyling on people.
We love this guy.
He would freestyle against his opponents, and it was actually funny. Like it was corny, but it was funny.
Like I straight remember the year before he blew up. He came out before WrestleMania. He came out on Sunday Night Heat.
He done did it now,
and he was like, next year, he said he did a freestyle. Like he was supposed to freestyle like Jay-Z or Eminem, and then they backed out. And he came out, did a freestyle, and he was like,
because he would have whooped their asses.
Right. He was like, I ain't on the show. Because he was like, wait till next year. I'm going to be on the stage, da-da-da-da-da. And next thing you know, here he is next year's WrestleMania beating the Big Show for the U.S. title, and then the next year, here he is beating JBL for the WWE title, and then the rest is history. He becomes Super Cena.
Looking back, I cannot believe that shit worked so well that he became the fucking face of the company for 2 decades.
Like, I would have never expected
holy
the guy
shit.
that beat Big Show at WrestleMania 20 would have
for the chain.
Would have
With
been
chain.
like this is the same dude who who lost to Carlito in Carlito's debut match.
And Carlito stabbed him.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Carlito. It was
Jesus stabbed.
It was Jesus that stabbed him in the club.
You're right. It was Jesus. Yeah.
They had beef up in these.
Kenny, did you not know that he got stabbed?
West Newberry in these West Newberry streets. It was beef in these West Newberry streets.
That Cena and Carlito was the new Brian Pillman and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That was the new Biggie and Tupac. The new Biggie and Tupac was out here. Jesus was hating.
That shit. It was so intense for no fucking reason. It was just like
who
out
was this
the
Carlito
gate.
dude? That's how I was. Who is this Carlito dude? How dare they stab John Cena?
Out the fucking gate.
You know why? You know why? Look who hit. Look. The Colognes again.
Out here killing.
Colognes again.
Out here.
The Colognes.
What a coincidence.
Again.
What a
and
coincidence.
It was a stabbing.
A Cologne stabbed somebody.
Oh my God.
The Colognes again.
Case solved. By who?
Breezango.
Boom.
Do you think they did that on purpose? You don't think they did that shit on purpose?
They probably did.
Of course.
Like they're like, hey, the
Colognes
Colognes are
again.
Of course.
You know, let's have Carlito be involved in the stabbing story. This will be people will get a kick out of it. People will they'll have a good hearty laugh about when Bruiser Brody got stabbed to death. It'd be fun.
There's a lot of questionable points during that era because we had JBL being Border Patrol.
Look. JBL being Border Patrol. hey, he looked like a dick.
Oh my God, the man was ahead of his time.
Because I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube.
You can't tell me that shit wasn't fucking entertaining.
And I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube, and I ran into him yelling at those people. When they was trying to cross the border, he was like, y'all better tell them that
JBL's coming. And he's bringing hell with him.
I watched this.
Stop it.
I was ashamed of myself. I was like, damn,
I'm pretty sure that's the political ads in Georgia for like the last 3 years.
It is. It has been. Yeah, it's South Carolina.
Yeah, we got a guy driving a bus. Yeah.
Shit, think about this.
It's pretty bad.
What was the whole point of
that
Cena?
was bad. Yeah,
what was the whole point of Cena and JBL? JBL said that John Cena's mom had sex for money. He called his mama a hoe. That was the whole basis of their feud. Cena thought had to fight.
I remember when they came to make it. And we got JBL versus Rey Mysterio in a street fight.
Oh, I know they was JBL.
He hit a power bomb on Rey Mysterio on the steel steps and pinned him. It was the greatest. It was the best. You and Kenny would have enjoyed that night because Rey died like 1,000 times.
There was a point when I loved Rey Mysterio, and then it just got to the point I was like, okay, I can't suspend disbelief anymore. This man is too little to be beating these people, and I don't care.
It was the point when they had him fight fucking Khali and Mark Henry the same fucking night, and it's like how
like
how does this happen?
And that's when it got to the point where if like anytime I bought a new wrestling game and I just like wanted to figure out the controls, I would just have my person. I would just pick a person. I'd be like, I'm gonna beat up Rey Mysterio.
I began hating Rey Mysterio once he left WCW. And the reason being,
like a lot of people.
And the reason being, I hated Rey Mysterio after he left WCW. The simple fact is, you expect me to believe somebody that's my size is beating giants because everyone in WWE is a giant. So you expect me to believe someone my size is beating giants on a regular basis? I get lucky once in a while in a street fight when I can beat a giant. But you expect me to believe that this motherfucker can do it all the time? No, I can't do
like,
it.
I was cool with the whole let's win for Eddie, but once they started letting him win the title multiple times, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with
No, I didn't care about him winning for Eddie. Because Eddie won when he was alive. Fuck Randy.
Even though Randy gave the best quote ever.
Can we just talk? Like we got a match for Dominic's custody at one point.
Oh, that was
we actually did that on TV.
That was that feud gave birth to one of my favorite Eddie themes with the little cell phone ring at the beginning of it. His heel theme.
Oh yeah,
great.
heel theme. Yeah,
I love his heel theme.
All right, let's get on to the rest of what happened from Monday because we got more wrestling to talk about for the rest of
Oh yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all that's worth talking about. We talked about him beating up Braun. He's going to challenge Miz for the title next week. Not much else is really important.
Do we think? Well, Justin thinks fuckery will happen. Do we all think fuckery will happen next week?
Yeah.
Because one, Drew just did not show up. He was just sitting there. He's just like, "Yep, lost my title. Oh well." No, Drew, you gonna show up next week. You better show up next week. You better show up next week because Matty Bischoff said so.
Yeah, he's gonna show up next week.
You better Claymore somebody.
Don't worry. If not, he's got another secret plan.
They're gonna bring back the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Dick kick time, baby.
Dick City.
Dick kick city.
I was gonna say it like Robert, Mr. Robert Kelly, Dick Kick City.
All right. So let's talk about Impact.
Actual good wrestling.
Impact did their best this week to build the fuck out of Jake something.
First of all, before we even get into that, I just want to give a quick homage to the fact that I am now a Chris Sabin fan. And the reason I am a Chris Sabin fan is due to the fact that that man legit stopped a fight between James Storm and followed by and said, "No, you will not ruin this. I love this fucking place." Swingers fucking Palace. He loves Swingers Palace. And then the best part about that is Swinger going, "You won't work, don't worry about getting kicked out, Daddy. I'll take bets on that match." What we got going on?
Dude, last week, Swinger said some really dumbass story, and then James Storm hits me with a beer bottle, and Chris Evans goes, "I love this place," and I was like, I think everyone's gonna.
It is so cheesy, but it works
so good.
Well. It
works so good.
It's so phenomenal.
And like I said, I've been making fun of Chris Sabin for the longest since I've seen him on television. That one line made me a fan.
Dude, he has really great comedic timing. Actually, he's pretty funny.
I've enjoyed them since, I guess, first time around in TNA. Mm-hmm. They've always been good to me.
Because Sabin, when he was hanging out with Alex Shelley, Kevin Nash, and Jay Lethal, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Jay Lethal was hilarious. He was in that run. That was a fun time in TNA. I think people forget about that.
Kevin Nash and the Paparazzi production stuff, really, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch some of that stuff. It's gold. Gold.
I'm gonna have to go check that out. But
yeah, it was great. It was great having Chris Sabin. That's funny.
That was amazing. We had the match that you were actually getting ready to talk about, Mongo. We had a great match which highlighted damn Diener.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this was a phenomenal tables match from two guys I didn't give a fuck about last year.
Listen,
I didn't give a fuck about him last week.
Diener fucking pulled double duty on Tuesday and put on two fucking great ass matches.
Well, Jake did.
Well, yeah, he's still a Diener, dude.
No, he ain't Diener anymore.
Sorry, he's Jake something.
He's something.
But Jake something.
Diener and Jake put on a really, really great table. They did some spots I have not seen in a tables match in a while.
Guys,
yeah.
I truly did not care about either of those guys coming into this week. Diener was just the guy that happened to be riding along with EY and Doring, and Jake something just happened to be the guy they were feuding with. That was it for me. That was my opinion of those two dudes coming into this week. Now, Jake something is a legitimate like world title contender.
He's a TNA. He's an
star.
NBA.
Right.
He
can be it. Right. Just like Mike said, he's a star, and that goes back to how good Impact is at building people. They did it in one night. One night they took this guy that was like lower mid card, right? We can agree with that.
Right.
That's pretty much been where he's kind of resided for the last few months. And they made him into a TNA title contender in one night. A believable one. He put on a great match.
One night, 2 matches. Completely changed his entire aspect of what this man could do and could be.
And you think they can do that? They basically built a star in one night. It goes back to great booking, just the ability to take talent and what they do in that company is second to none.
Yeah, Diener managed to launch Jake eye first into the side of a table.
Yeah,
I don't think Jake covered up. I think Jake just fucking took that shit like in the eyeball.
Well, thank you for making my eyeball twitch.
I'm just saying that's what happened. That is what happened. But it was
next time great. On How I Survived the Murder.
But after that, really, if you have not seen Impact this week, from start to finish is great. But this week was about making Jake something a star. Something. Making him something.
Making him something.
Jake something is now something.
And he could win a title in the next month, and I'd be 100% fine with it.
My favorite part happened. So Moose spears him through a table, and then after that, Jake says he wants him in the main event. Scott D'Amore makes the TNA World Championship an official world title.
That was my favorite part of the whole damn show.
What the fuck? That fucked us up for Impact. That fucked us up for fantasy.
That fucked up the fantasy game, but I loved it because it
makes sense.
It makes sense because it's all these months he's been walking around with that belt. He's been walking around with
I bet
that
you
belt.
do fucking love it, you son of a bitch.
Now watch his ass lose it to Swan, baby. No, watch him lose it to Swan, daddy.
I would be so fucking angry.
So he's gonna lose it to Follow By.
So
I'm gonna shoot a motherfucker.
He'll lose it to Swinger. Lose it to Swinger at the pool. At the table.
That's gonna be a minus infinity.
This is Swinger at the fucking table. All right, look. I don't got any more chips, but I got the belt. Boom, hit me. 26.
But it's clear somebody's watching our podcast because we talked about this last week. Does Impact need another title? Ask we shall receive. Do we get a title? I mean,
now
we need an upper mid card title, and boom.
I love the whole way they went. I love the whole way that Scott D'Amore went about it. He says you're out here begging. You're bitching and whining for a world title match. You want a world title match. Well, guess what? I'm going to call your bluff. That title you've been walking around with for 6-7 months now, guess what? I will reinstate it as a world championship. Now you're going to fight that guy. Defend your world title. Shut the fuck up.
It gave us Jake something, and what I think we hadn't taught. It makes that title legit because of how great of a match.
A world title contender right then and there.
Man, here's the thing. Moose, first off, always has a fantastic entrance. We talked about that last week, every week. His music, lights.
His entrance was great. And
like his entrance is for those who don't know, his entrance is a grand entrance, and then it's a spotlight of him. And during that spotlight, Jake something bust him in the fucking back of the head and took that spotlight, and it looked good.
It did. I'm gonna show you guys a side by side of what these motherfuckers look like on Tuesday. Fucking stars right there. Those are stars.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, Moose leaves in 4 months to go somewhere else.
Don't you fucking say it, Justin. Justin,
What are you
so
talking
help me
about?
God. So help me God. If Moose
WWE introduces Camel.
Here comes Elk.
Oh my fucking
here,
God.
here he is. It's Caribou.
Caribou. Elk.
Ugh.
It's deer.
Look.
Deer.
Reindeer. Rudolph.
Deer.
Here comes
We're gonna get-
Rudolph the
Deer.
red-nosed reindeer.
If they're going to give
Deer.
Drake LA Knight, they're going to be like, here comes Gator.
Gator.
What? Gator?
Gator.
Nah, not even.
Boop, 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 boop,
That motherfucker's name is gonna be Bunny.
Bad.
Just Bunny. Not even Bad Bunny. Bunny.
Good Bunny. We're going to get Good Bunny versus Bad Bunny.
Oh, battle of the bunnies.
All right, I'm going to kick all of you motherfuckers off for doing this because
I'm still.
y'all did this shit. Y'all did this shit when Ethan Page was like trying to negotiate his contract and he left. If Moose leaves, I'm blaming all four of you.
That man about to be called
It might be.
Deer.
So,
He gonna be
Mike's
called-
here. Mike's here. He's guilty by association.
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm just gonna
So
laugh. I don't think he's gonna leave.
Kenny,
say goodbye to.
all right. Anyway, not doing that. No. Fuck it. Fuck you. You done? Nope. No.
Even if he does leave, he's a superstar wherever he goes.
But I want him to be a superstar in Impact.
Right.
I just want Impact to hold on to a fucking star for once. Just for one fucking moment.
Alexa, play End of the Rope by Boys to Men.
I will fucking kill you.
Good lord. He just said he's gonna Crispin Wall you. Damn.
Yeah.
He's going to Marty Jannetty me with a brick.
Justin,
We belong
Listen,
together.
I live relatively close to you, Justin. I will
And you
come to your house.
know that I'm right.
It's gonna look like a fight between. It's gonna look like a fight between.
A war fight.
It's gonna look like. I hate you so fucking much.
It's a natural.
Nah.
It's gonna look like a fight between those two motorcycle fat twins. Just me and Justin fighting each other. Because I already got the fucking flannel on. I'm already halfway there.
Oh my god.
All I gotta do is get on a fucking moped. Just scoot my ass down there.
Battle of the park.
You know what I'm gonna do to you, Justin?
Nothing.
Oh.
Don't get the dick kick. I'll Hernandez you.
No, God.
The reverse dick kick. The reverse dick kick.
Reverse.
The triple Lindy dick kick. Hernandez gets a fucking 10 from the judges when he does his dick kick. That shit is
The triple Lindy. Back to school. Love it, baby.
I'm glad somebody got that.
God damn it.
All right. So anyway, the main event between Moose and Jake. Jake, even though he got through a hellacious tables match, put on a good fucking fight against Moose.
Had us thinking a couple of times that he was actually going to win the fucking belt.
Right.
With that sit out power
Yep.
bomb. I thought
Yep.
I thought he had it with the sit out power bomb. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, that clothesline he hit him with to turn him inside out. Woo!
Can't wait till he joins Resolution next week.
That resolution is a mystery.
Yeah, so even though Jake lost, he did not look weak at all, which again, very important in how you book. Jake came out of this looking like $1 million.
Damn sure did. He
Other
damn
match
sure
I
did.
enjoyed was that 6-man match with
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Austin and Chris Bay got the win.
Chris Bay.
So now next week we got a triple threat between Chris Bay, Black Taurus,
Scary
Ace
Bull
Austin.
Man.
And Scary Bull Man.
That
And we
man's
got
name is not Black Taurus. His name is Scary Bull Man.
And we got Sammy and Trey. Trey finally snapped.
Yep.
I would snap too if I had to face some scary bull man.
I mean, we knew it was eventually going to happen with Sammy and Trey, but I
Right.
wouldn't be surprised if those two wound up teaming up together.
I was thinking the same thing. Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if those two wound up becoming a little faction. Because for some reason, it doesn't feel like Impact wants to pull the trigger on Trey. Even though they can. It feels like they want to put him back in another team.
Right. They paid him this money, and it's like, we still don't know.
He should be the X Division champion.
He should just be a champion at some
Period.
How he hasn't had any gold at all is
It's
fucking
ridiculous.
astounding. How he and the Rascals didn't win shit in their run it was.
And look what's about to happen to MSK.
Also, MSK looking like they ain't about to.
And it was
damn.
It was probably Impact's biggest dumbass booking decisions that they've had. Was not capitalizing on the Rascals.
Yeah.
And they're doing it again then for some reason they don't feel Trey is the guy for some reason. They feel scared to pull the trigger on him.
Which is weird. I mean, they just pulled the trigger in one night on Jake something.
Right.
Like they can. Trey just signed a new contract, right? Isn't Trey an official contract? Like he's there.
Is that 100% confirmed?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Or is he still working on limited?
I'm saying, even if it wasn't true, that wouldn't be the first time Impact put a championship on someone that wasn't signed with the fucking company.
Deonna Purrazzo.
Purrazzo, they signed Purrazzo during her second reign. Like, it's let's see. He is still working with Impact, but he's still signed.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Heath Slater's having surgery on March 1st for those injuries from back in October.
Yeah,
he hasn't had surgery yet?
He's having it on March 1st.
He had to find a doctor that could do. He had to find the perfect doctor that would do them all at once.
Why?
He's not going to walk for about 3 years.
Because everything on him is fucked up. So he wanted to have one doctor that fix it all.
So he's got a couple hernias, right?
Yep. Hernia. I think he messed up his shoulder. He's got a lot of shit wrong with him. Basically. That man fell apart.
This man about to get a brand new
body.
Basically.
I did not know that. That's crazy. Finn Juice showed up on Impact again.
Yeah.
I'm still not impressed by them. I mean, like I said,
look, I was more impressed with Triple XL on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, with that match against the Good Brothers.
Recently.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
They've looked good recently. They were on the
they've been good
last week, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Against them and Decay.
Yep.
Listen, they've been looking good since. Like I said, I've been watching since Wrestle House, and
this is Wrestle House, honestly.
Yeah,
because they had stuff with going on with the Deaners, and like they had some really funny shit against the Deaners. I think it was like Larry D was like standing there like fucking like exhausted, he couldn't breathe, and Ace is like, dude, you gonna move? He's running at you, and he's I can't move. He's like, dude, he's like 15 feet. Just come on, let's move. I can't do it. He like pushed him out of the way. Like they're funny, but also really, really good in the ring. Like Justin, like you were saying, he's lost some weight and he's looking better and better every week.
Right.
Okay,
Matt Stryker compared him to something this week.
This is how fucked up Heath Slater is. He has a sports hernia on the left side of his pubic bone, another hernia on the right that he didn't even know the name of it. His abductor muscle is ripped off the bone and has to get resutured on, and he has a rip in his abdomen wall on both sides.
What the fuck?
So that's why he had to find a doctor that would be able to do all of that at once. It took 3 months.
Was he wrestling a Wolverine?
He wrestled 3 matches.
Well, he also went to 3 different doctors to even find this doctor. Like he went to 3 doctors.
How the fuck did he do all of that?
It was in the.
He tore
All right,
all of that in that one match.
Heath was supposed to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match.
Yeah, he was.
Bound for Glory.
Right.
He got taken to the hospital due to suffering a hernia during the match.
And they discovered you just basically broke everything in you. You
And so they
tore
ended up,
everything.
right. So then they ended up giving that to Rhino, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Rhino has a year from that day to cash in.
It's probably going to take this man 6 months to recover.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
take
be longer than that.
than that.
It's
gonna
going to
take
take
longer
for
than
over a
that.
year.
It's going to take longer than that because
What's Rhino
when
got?
women have a
Rhino
C-section,
won
they
that
get
thing.
cut. That takes
Rhino-
them months.
Rhino won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Trophy,
Right.
which means he can challenge for any championship he wants. Eddie Edwards used it last year to challenge for the World Championship.
There's Jim Ross over here, our resident Jim Ross.
Kenny Omega, you WWE champion.
Oh, goodness.
Drew McIntyre was not happy.
He used it and then won. He had like a great series with the guy, and then won the belt. He will not be named.
So why can't Rhino? Is he hurt?
Rhino was going to do it and challenge for the tag belts with Heath.
Right. Okay.
That was the story. They're going to go with the tag titles together.
They're not now.
No.
So Rhino's going to have to call a shot for something else.
Rhino's going to call a shot for the world title because he will not challenge for that season championship. But he can challenge for the TNA championship.
That's what I was thinking was the TNA one.
Or someone can beat him for the trophy.
Come on down, Edge.
And if I was going to have someone beat him for the trophy, it would be Ace Austin.
It's going to be the debuting Cliff.
Trey, if they would pull the trigger on him, would be a good option.
It's got to be a heel.
Black Taurus.
Scary Bull Man.
The Bull Man versus the Rhino.
Scary Bull Man, Mongo. It's Scary Bull.
Wrong. All of y'all wrong.
All right, who was it?
EY.
It's going to be Doring.
It's EY.
Yep.
I guess they had been feuding with Rhino.
It's gonna be EY, and because they have been feuding with Rhino, and it goes with his whole. There's something wrong with you guys. We're the Cure. Now the Cure has a title.
So you would have EY win the title back?
Yeah, he's beaten. I would have, and actually, I'd have him beat Moose
For the TNA title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd have him beat Moose.
All right.
I'd have them stomp Moose ass out in the back, the rest of the Violent by the Sign, throw his ass down the ramp, and EY come finish him off with a pile driver.
I can get behind that.
Okay. As long as
you got EY.
We are the Cure.
I wonder if he could do the tag titles with Jake something.
You know, he is technically still married to ODB in Impact.
Who?
Eric Young married ODB. They had a redneck wedding.
I remember that.
And they never got a divorce. So he's still technically kayfabe married to ODB.
And for some reason, I can see that in real life too.
Makes perfect sense.
Oh, absolutely. They smoke the same cigarettes. Look, think about it. She kind of has a very similar voice to Eric Young.
Ah!
Does she not?
Stop playing with me.
Hell with a barbecue. No. But yeah, that was Impact. Great show as always, but really highlighted the new direction for Jake. This is going to be another good year, I think. They're really building to something good, whatever it's going to be. Hopefully Moose does something big. Hopefully Jake does something big later on in the year. Hopefully they can pull the trigger on Trey at some point. What the fuck?
We got Jazz in her prison suit this week.
I was gonna bring that up because someone else had a prison suit on, and his name was Santos Escobar.
Great transition.
Which is my best joke I think I've ever had in a while, probably a few months.
This motherfucker,
They show us he plays.
this motherfucker had on a janitor's onesie with the arms ripped off, with some space boots. You notice those were his wrestling boots, so they had the fringes on them. So he had the janitor's outfit. Let's keep it a buck. He had the lawnmower outfit on.
Mongo, you knew it was going there. I don't know.
I told you he borrowed it from one of his cousins.
Like, of all the shit that you choose to wear for a street fight, that's it?
A walking stereotype? Hey, yo, Esco.
It was a poor choice.
What the fuck, Esco?
All right.
Fun little match, though.
Yeah, Karrion Kross fucking killed all three of these dudes. When he launched,
before we get to that,
all right.
Before we get to that, we got to talk about somebody that did it.
Oh, Isaiah Scott murdered Leon Ruff.
Lil Uzi killed Leon. Oh, and I'm not gonna lie, I stole that from Reggie. Reggie called him Lil Uzi in the fucking comments last night, and that shit killed me. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was fucking funny because he do look like Lil Uzi. Oh, Leon was leaning back on the ropes doing his intro like he normally does. Next thing you know,
he straight hit him with
Ooh, right to his dome.
I thought he was gonna just straight up kill him was it a Death Valley driver on the side?
Fucking apron, yeah.
That looks scary as shit.
He probably
that's
didn't.
because Leon is 106 pounds.
Dude, he was still knocked out from a fucking boot to the ear. He wasn't feeling shit. He was unconscious.
Dude, Leon is a two-legged Zach Gowen. Let's keep it a buck.
He hit that Death Valley driver on the apron, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Did I just watch? Did he kill him?
Yeah.
Malcolm Bivens had a tweet today that said, "Last night I saw Leon Rush crying in his car. Hope you have a great Thursday."
Yo, he was talking about the importance of a manager. And Malcolm fucking Bivens is the importance of that.
Can you waste his fucking drink?
Shit. God damn it. This motherfucker. I see him crying in his car. Have a fucking great Thursday. That shit is amazing. That shit is amazing, yo. Like you said, Mike, the purpose and the importance of a fucking manager. Something that simple.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Shit,
simple.
I'm surprised he even was able to get up and cry in his car because I was pretty sure he died. He shouldn't even be in his car. He should be at the morgue.
I'm surprised.
That shit came out my nose.
I'm surprised Malcolm didn't take like a fucking selfie with like Leon Ruff in the car.
Oh my god, that would have made it amazing.
Yeah,
that would have made it absolutely fucking amazing if he did that one. Good God, Bivens, appreciate you.
Bivens is great. Bivens for champion. Anyway, so back to the no DQ match. Karrion Kross threw Legado del Fantasma through the plexiglass.
Both of them.
Both of them. Same time.
They tore the Captain Wrestling up.
And Santos Escobar, I have never more accurately seen the look of someone who is currently shitting themselves. better encapsulated than when Santos Escobar saw him do that. He was just like he was terrified.
But the part that was weird in this was the fact that Kross was playing face.
Yeah,
the whole match.
His face is so strange. It's so
I don't like it.
It's strange to tell.
I'm gonna give it a shot just because like I'm such a big Cross fan. But the dude,
Once again, how do you play somebody as a face who murders people?
Yeah,
well, how do you, he has a face of a fucking serial killer.
he's scary. He's got scary face.
He smiles and you can hear kids crying in the distance.
So I don't know
He
if y'all
smells like this.
I don't know if y'all watch How I Met Your Mother or not, but in How I Met Your Mother, they have the scene where the captain, he's got like they hold a thing above his face, and like you see his whole face, he's scary. You cover up his smile, he's not scary. Then you uncover it. Anyway, that's what I think of when I see Cross. It's like if you just uncover this and you just see a smile, scary face. Uncover it.
I still don't understand after that ass whooping Escobar got, this man decided to get on Twitter and still talk shit talking about some you didn't beat me. Bruh, you died.
Sure. He beat 3 of you.
Right.
My whole thing is this. Like I was saying to Mike yesterday on the podcast. They're gonna have to change Cross's finisher. His finisher is gonna have to be just a suplex. Because they're not gonna allow him to bash people in the fucking back of the head with that elbow.
No. But like his finisher was either the cross jacket, which is also a good finisher, or his Doomsday Saito. I don't know why they went with the forearm thing. I don't think he needs it. I think his other shit looks better.
The cross jacket is way better.
Yeah. It's just like I like a good striking finisher, but like I don't know. We see so many running forearms that don't do anything in wrestling.
The only one that looks the deadliest is Will Ospreay's.
Yeah.
And that's because I think he really is knocking a couple of people out. I think he's using that point of that elbow on the back of a couple of people's head.
Jericho uses something similar as a finisher. He has the
Judas.
Judas. He turns backwards, like it's right in the point.
Yeah,
nothing will ever top the big boot from Test. That is my test for every running striking finish is Test big boot. If it can compare to that, then it's fine.
I like the Judas effect. Buckshot lariat is pretty solid. Like I'm thinking of right now, obviously, like Test is.
Yeah,
you're not
like Test and JBL had the greatest running finishes of all time.
Oh, fucking JBL. Clothesline from Hell is the. I think Clothesline from Hell is one of the greatest finishes. Period.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Period of all time. Like the way that he first the throwing you into the ropes and then him coming off and putting all of that weight into that fucking clothesline. Best. I think that's one of my top 3 all time best finishes.
Like it's not pretty. It ain't supposed to be. JBL ain't a fucking pretty show. It's smash mouth, hit you in the face. That's
Claymore is really good right now, but half the time Drew doesn't really hit the Claymore, like because he kill someone. But like it looks cool. I like the Claymore for like right now.
That's why I like fighting Bobby Lashley because he in TNA he countered a spear with the Claymore, and Lashley was legit going into the spear, and I thought he broke his fucking neck. Like it hit him in the jaw, and his head went, and I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
there's a couple really good running moves that we've got right now that I enjoy, but yeah, I mean, they're not any of them touch the all-time moves. And you're right, it's harder for me to get into those running finishers, especially when we know Cross has other finishers that look better.
Mm-hmm. It's just not as brutal as he usually is. Like the fucking suplex where he just dumps on your neck twice. He just chokes you out to where you're foaming at the mouth. Like that shit is more nasty. Real quick side tangent. Speaking of like running moves, out of Roman, Lashley, and Moose, who has the best spear right now?
Roman.
Why is it Roman? Okay.
It's Roman.
Moose looks like he does his in slow motion. Lashley's looks a little too cartoony.
Is it the roll?
Yes, it's the role that I can't. I told you before, I can't stand that role. I
Moose
don't
does
even
the
know.
role too, doesn't he?
What you call it?
Yeah,
Moose does it. Moose does like a full flip.
yeah.
Damn near. Roman does like a half a roll. I don't really. I feel a good spear should look like a good solid football tackle.
Yeah.
He has a good spear edge.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Even as a big edge supporter in these trying times, his spear sucks ass, and he's always had one of these shittiest spears.
I had to do it for Kitty.
His spear is so bad he almost ruined his own career. That's how bad his spear is.
Yo, Edge, I've never liked Edge using the goddamn spear. I feel if you don't have a solid football career, you shouldn't use the spear.
Remember that? Just like you don't have like the fucking like shoulder muscles to fucking.
Edge barely has that.
Like,
he barely has a neck.
Like, as much as I hated him, Goldberg had a good spear back in the day.
Well, Goldberg actually was hitting the fuck out of you. Goldberg wasn't holding that shit back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. He has the greatest spear.
That's what I was saying right now. I'm talking about those three. Because all the time, regardless of and a lot of us don't like Goldberg.
That's because he was really cashing motherfuckers.
He did. Yeah, he was legit hitting motherfuckers. Aside from that, I think Roman's had the best spear.
Yeah.
Roman has been able to like catch motherfuckers out of nowhere with it, get him out of the air. Like he's able to actually transition.
That one he did on Shane. Woo!
Yep.
Not even the souped up one where he finally got to kill Taker.
Oh
he
yeah,
had to run off the ropes
like 4 times. when he was with AJ and he kept catching AJ out of the phenomenal forearm with it. It's always good. Always looks great.
I feel you got to have a football background to get a good spear, and Moose does have a football background, but it's the cartoony flip roll thing with it. Like, if you want to spit, let it be like a fucking you're a Mack truck running somebody over.
I feel like Moose looks like he feels like he's gonna hurt somebody. I think
Prime Rhino doing the gore.
Oh, the Gore's also up there. Gore's great. Yeah,
Gore's got to be up there.
But
Christian right now was shit. Yeah, out of those three, because like we're not counting Edge. Edge has always had a bad spear. So out of those three.
Yeah, it's got to be
Roman. It's Roman. It's Roman.
Yeah.
I feel like Moose and Lashley move over to the side too much, and it's like a clothesline to people's stomach than an actual spear.
And honestly, Bobby with this Hurt Lock is just better.
Yeah, the Hurt Lock's better.
Yeah.
Plus his fucking one arm choke slam that he does. His power slam, the fucking dominator. When he was younger, his dominator was fucking nasty because he didn't stand when he did it. He fell with it. He fucking planted you into the mat, and it looked nasty.
Bobby's really not bad. The more we've seen him actually do things, he's got a
moveset. He
actually has a moveset.
He can actually mat wrestle too, which is actually kind of crazy to watch. Moose has a great clothesline. He has a great boot. His other finisher is like this sky high off the top rope, what he calls "Go to Hell," which is fine. It's a bad name. Name kind of sucks, but it's fine. But his spear is just like I really think he thinks he's going to hurt somebody because almost everyone in TNA or in Impact, is either 55 years old or is 130 pounds. And like if he spears any of them full speed, they're going to break into dust.
Dust.
Like if he spears Rich Swann for real, Rich Swann is not going to be, he's going to be bent back in half.
Good.
Now even with Follow Bar, because I remember him having a fight with Follow Bar and it was still a cartoony spear.
That's true.
Yeah, that flip is doing the most.
It's the flip.
It's doing the most.
Monger, you're talking about the little guys. I heard an interesting point today. I know y'all probably talked about it at the beginning about Big Show coming into AEW. When he goes to wrestle, it's going to be really.
It's going to be against the Shaq Diesel.
Yeah,
the
it's
Shaq.
Going to be really tough to put him up against somebody like Wardlow.
Shaq,
because Wardlow's big on their roster. He's going to look very small next to Big Show.
Even like
it's going to be
like
great Shaq.
It's Luchasaurus. It's Luchasaurus. Wardlow.
Shaq Diesel.
I guess Hager.
Cage.
Cage is he's not tall.
Man of Steel.
Like Cage, he's a big motherfucker, but he's like 4'9". He's like it's not tall. He's like his wife taller than this. It's like Melissa Santos looks down at him. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Chuck, pass me the ball.
But yeah. But anyway,
what's his name?
I made a diss song about Kobe Bryant.
What's his name from Team Taz?
Hobbs.
Hobbs would be all right with it.
Yeah, but I think that it's a decent point. Is that their
Last
big guys
Bruce
really
Dickens was my head.
huge, and Big Show is huge.
Well, that's.
Can you dig it?
I saw something on Twitter that was like, people always say that AEW doesn't have enough big guys, and they showed the big guys, and it's like, well, yeah, compared to the WWE, they don't have a lot of big guys.
Right.
Like their big guys don't measure up to like Lance Archer probably does, but that's about it.
Lance Archer probably is the same size as Randy Orton.
Like you look at all the other motherfuckers they have there that are like 6'9", 500 pounds. Like it's not a comparison. Like Walter is a fucking massive motherfucker.
Pause.
The other pitch they had was, and I'm ready for Kenny to get angry about this one, was Big Show, Marco Stunt tag team. This is from Uncle Dave, by the way, on the Wrestling Observer podcast.
All right. We're not going to talk about that. That's just we're not going to talk about that. No, that's too much.
You know what? Let's just do a segue. Let's just do an overall rundown of what happened. We still didn't finish with fucking NXT real quick.
Yeah, so real quick. Adam Cole came out to talk about Kyle. Apologized. He was crying in the middle of the ring.
Roddy comes out, says, "I don't know, man. You know, you're you, man. We don't know. You haven't learned your lesson. You haven't learned your lesson." Finn comes out. Roddy's trying to stop it. Finn pretty much mush. Finn Derrick Henry's Roddy to the fucking ground. Okay. I've never seen a grown man get mushed to the ground from a standing position by somebody else who's also standing right in front of him. Like nobody was walking. It was just mush Roddy to the fucking ground. Gets in the ring, starts beating up on Cole. Roddy comes, breaks Cole, gets Cole off. Cole super kicks Finn's. Everything is okay. They back together. Then Cole hits Roddy with
Dick punch.
Dick Kick City.
Had it prepared. Adam Cole pulls a Brian Myers special.
Put a Nakamura on him.
Hits him in the ding-a-lang for sale. That's where he hit him at.
Yanks off the dog tags and says, "You're so stupid, Roddy. You're so stupid. Stupid." And then fucking Randy Orton, stupid, and then super kicks him. And that's it. So this is it. The Undisputed Era. If you had any hope, no more. Gonzo. Never coming back together.
Right.
This is it.
Then they showed a picture with just how the Undisputed Era, all of them in their Christmas sweaters. And only two that's not in black and white is Bobby Fish and Adam Cole.
Yep. That's because Adam. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Not gonna say that.
No, go
Bobby
ahead.
Fish
Hey.
is too busy
Go ahead.
sitting on another platform to even notice.
Bobby
Hey,
Fish
hey.
likes to hang out in like bars and parlors and shit. So he's
He's one of them.
all right.
Yeah.
So that was the week. Overall,
Oh, wait, we forgot something that happened on AEW too. We forgot something that happened on AEW.
Sting had a match. No, he didn't have a match.
Sting drags out a body bag. Everybody thinks it's probably going to be, Darby Allin or something like that. No, it's Taz's son. They come out to try to rescue him. Sting decides he's going to put the beats on people. Sting hits a Stinger splash. Then from that goes into the Scorpion Death Drop. Ladies and gentlemen, Sting has been cleared for full in-ring contact.
Yep. We shall see.
They ain't winning at the pay-per-view.
Here's the thing. Every time WWE says, all right, you know what, you can't wrestle here anymore. You can have like other roles, but you can't wrestle. It's too dangerous. Now we're gonna see if
WWE was right.
They're right, because if Sting fucking falls apart in that match, WWE was right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way his neck was fucked up, all it should take is one really bad bump.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope and I pray
that we don't see that bump.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that AEW knows what the fuck they're doing. I'm hoping that they got the right doctors, and this isn't some ego thing, and he's good to go.
Well, you figure they gotta have the right doctors, for the simple fact is these motherfuckers got insurance.
They got insurance. They got a boss that just does not give a shit about money.
Right. They got fucking insurance, so they can go see a real doctor. Not just somebody that WWE may claim is one of the best in the world. I can do some research and look for somebody else. I got insurance.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure these doctors are like really up there. I know their people in Alabama are fucking top notch. We'll see. It's just Sting was already like up there, close to retirement anyway. When he had to retire, I don't know how to feel about this, because it wasn't like we lost years of Sting. This was Sting already way downhill, looking to kind of finish up. So
this is Sting wanting to go out on his own terms, right?
It is, which he almost did before. I hope it works out. I'm very nervous for it.
I'll put it to you this way: Sting would have finished his career in WWE if the world would have accepted him saying it wasn't Seth's fault.
Yeah, but they didn't.
If everybody would have been like, all right, even Sting said it's not Seth's fault, so maybe it's really not Seth's fault. I think that would have put a little bit more pressure on WWE to find the right doctors who can clear him. Because the fact that everybody was like, "Oh, Seth ruined him. He took away his last match. Seth did this. That was a lot of heat. So if WWE would have put him back in the ring, they'd have caught tons of heat. Like, how dare you? You almost killed him, and then you're gonna put him back in the ring. This and that. If the world would have accepted that Sting said, "Yo, shit happens. It was an accident. I'm cool. It wasn't his fault." If the world would have just been cool with that, Sting would have ended his career in WWE. We would not have him in AEW right now.
Yep.
Because it's not like he's hurting for money. This is legit because he's like, yo, I didn't get a chance to have my at least one or two last big matches that I wanted to have. That's all I really want. And then I can go about my business. I can hit the old Dusty Trail.
And he's putting people over in the process.
Right, because he's not trying to put nobody.
Put Dog Boy in.
He's not trying to put what you call it. He's not trying to win a title in any of this. Because if he wanted to, he could challenge for either Darby's title or Cage's title. Because both of those are recognized in AEW.
But if he beats Cage or Starks, I don't think that is good for their image. The guy's damn near 70. Even if he has Darby with, like, it's
still Sting. He's timeless.
It doesn't like he should not win that.
He really shouldn't.
Dog Boy can win it though.
No.
They shouldn't. They should not. Honestly, they should not win that match.
They should lose the match.
If they want to, especially if they want to keep this whole persona of Team Taz being these bad guy bullies that are going around beating people up, this is how you prove it.
Where is Hobbs been?
Sting. I don't know. Sting and Darby can.
Because I just think he could end the match. Is what I'm saying. Like
he could.
Nobody wins. Hobbs just comes in and destroys everybody.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is that Sting and Darby can afford this loss. Because Sting loses nothing, and Darby, he's a living car crash. Like he loses, comes back, he bounces back. There's no problem. I think Cage and Starkman losing this would really say a lot about what AEW sees in them, and it wouldn't be a good thing.
Yep. Especially when Cage was Impact World Champion.
At the top, he's in the top of the world.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a huge mistake on AEW's part.
I'll have to see how it goes. The boys, latest shit. So, any last words before we wrap things up?
Happy birthday to two goats, Ric Flair and my mama.
Happy birthday to the baby goat. My nephew's birthday is today.
Hey!
So baby goat birthday.
Don't forget to check us out. Every Thursday, we're right here on Twitch and on Facebook at twitch.tv/underthering, facebook.com/underthering. Don't forget to catch us on either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, where you can catch me and Mike doing our threads. It'll either be the Impact thread or it'll be the AEW NXT thread. Don't forget to also catch Mike Thursdays on the Mic Productions. You can catch him on Facebook. You can catch him also on YouTube. You can also, don't forget to catch our producer over here, Greg Bush. You can catch him at his handle, twitter.com/GregBushSK. Don't forget, we just try to bring y'all fun with some wrestling. We hope y'all enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, watch us anyway.
Right.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Sponsor us.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't like what we're saying and you want to change what we're saying, sponsor us. Give us some money.
Hey,
right.
We'll say something if you pay us.
Right.
Listen,
whatever.
It's on Peacock.
Listen, we can be bought.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Easy.
We all have a price. Cameron Grimes. Oh, wait, no. He's gonna be broke in a couple weeks.
Oh, we're talking about Cameron Grimes. Let's talk about it next week. God damn.
Damn it, we forgot Cameron. To the moon. How did we forget
The moon.
How did we forget
it's
that?
grits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for following us. We'll see you next week for AEW predictions. God damn it. A bunch of other things. You can follow us, like Kenny just said, everywhere. I'm tired of shit. So until then, Under the Ring Podcast out.
Call me Daddy.
Chuck Norris.